I want to know. Last night they had this little football game thing. I think it was a football game. They had a football game downtown L.A. Was it downtown?
No, New Orleans.
What?
New Orleans.
Oh, they had a little football game uh, in New Orleans, and they made a mistake and asked some black people to perform at this football game, and like they do with everything, they messed it up. They took the fun out of it, out of the game, by coming up with this black mess that has no real meaning at all. It's just an all ego feeling, and it served no meaning other than that, and it's in your face to white people. And because white people, they try to please the blacks, they want to appease them, they let them sing this mess at their football event. And I want to know what you think about it. This is from the New York Post. R&B vocalist, somebody by the name of Lettuce, performed the so-called Black National Anthem, whatever that is. Lift every voice and sing. Black people love to sing. Y'all hear me sing here all the time. Black people love to sing and dance. They sing, lift every voice and sing. And they did this ahead of the 2025 Super Bowl. Watch this from X.
Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies.
What's he smelling?
Let it resound loud as the roar.
Now, what purpose was that? It's not America, and we're not in Africa. They're not slaves, except to their own minds and emotions. It was. It's not been our national song. Why did they do that, and why did whoever put the football thing on invite them there and let them do that? Why? That was in your face to white people. That's all it was. It's an ego trip. It was just in your face. What do y'all think about that? When will we be one nation under God again? And if we will ever be it, if you continue to let these people carry on like this. If they're going to do this kind of mess, let them do the little national anthem at an all-black football game, whatever they want to do. Do what the white people did in Louisiana, separate from them. Because this is just in your face to the white people. They don't really mean it. They know there's no such thing as a national black anthem. They know that. But because of their hatred of white people, by falsely accusing whites for being losers, for them being losers, it's in your face because they know white people are afraid. This is dividing. It's not uniting. Trump came to unite, not to divide. Well, maybe he wanted to divide the evil from the good. Because Trump is like Christ. But that was a mess. It was horrible. It was, if I was into being black, it's embarrassing. And it was the so-called first performance at the Super Bowl in 2020. And I'm being told it's in the wake of so-called police brutality and the so-called death of George Floyd. Why George, Lord? Not George, Lord. Lord, why George, Lord? That's from the New York Post. It is, Christ came not to condemn the world, but for you to overcome the world. And white people, you need to overcome this by overcoming fear. I can't think of one thing, zero thing that black people in so-called leadership has done that is good for America. It has enhanced America and it made America better. Not one thing. And yet you keep putting them in leadership and roles like this. Let them do their own NAACP black stuff over their own world. And let America be great again. That's what I recommend, but do what you want. This is just a mess. It wasn't even necessary to invite those people to speak, to sing there, and especially sing that mess. And nobody even know what lift their voice and sing even mean. What a mess! It's pathetic. Let me go to Nick out of Florida. Nick, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, how you doing?
All is well, Nick.
Hey, I had a question. So I talk to a lot of guys, and I have a mentor, and he says they talk a lot about women and how they're so evil and complicated and weird. And I was just wondering, is it bad for my girlfriend, because she wants to get married and stuff, and I'm just like, no, just wait. Is it bad for me to tell her to set expectations and not be like controlling, but tell her that she can't do this and it's like certain stuff like that? Is it bad to do that?
What did you say about controlling and expectation?
Yeah, like not being controlling, but like I don't like it when she, I don't know if this is insecure or this is ego, because I can feel it coming out of anger.
Yes.
But when she hangs out with other guys, I don't like when she hangs out with other guys. Like I feel like it's disrespectful, but I also can feel that it's anger, and I shouldn't be doing it out of anger.
Right. No, you shouldn't do it out of anger, but if you disagree with something that she's doing, you should let her know that. But don't be angry, because she'll see that you're angry and she'll control you with that. She'll do it more because she know you're angry about it, and the hell in her will want to do it more so she can control you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She like sometimes she goes, like all women do this, but she goes a little like crazy, and I don't ever get angry. I'm always calm with her and just tell her to stop it or knock it off.
Yes.
But I don't ever want to get angry.
Yeah, don't get angry. And when are you going to marry her, you say? Or she want to get married?
She says she wants to get married to me badly, and she wants to be a mom and a wife. And I asked her if she said she'd obey me, and she said yes. So.
But she's not obeying you already by hanging out with the guys. She's not going to obey you.
Well, I never told her. I wanted to ask you. I never told her to stop hanging out with guys. I just wanted to ask you if that's
that's
wrong
fine to tell. No, that's not wrong at all. Can you hold for me?
Of course.
Hold on.
We've been lied to for so long.
That's for sure. Amazing. I want to go back to Nick out of Florida. There's one line open. Someone just dropped. You want to jump in there. 888-7753-773. Let me go to Nick. Back to Nick. So, Nick, your girlfriend want to hang out with guys, but you haven't told her yet that she shouldn't?
Well, yeah, she has this, it's a guy friend, and she's been friends with him for a while. And when she hangs out with him, you know, she's not like kissing him or anything like that. But like I just don't like that she hangs out with him. He's not a good influence either. And it makes me angry when she hangs out with him. And I know it's not good to be angry at that. So I was just wondering, like, is it bad to set that expectation where I'm like, hey, you can't hang out with him. Like, I don't like when you hang out with him.
It's neither
like, not be angry at her, but
right.
Tell her that.
Yeah, you can tell her that, but don't be angry. And if she doesn't listen to you, if she doesn't obey you, it's a sign of knowing that this would not make for a good wife.
Okay, that's good.
But don't be angry.
Good. Yeah,
She what?
she when I tell her to do things and ask her to do stuff for me and stop doing stuff, she does obey me. But I'll tell her that then.
And why haven't you already told her she can't hang out with guys like that?
Because I felt like when she was hanging out with them, I felt angry, and I didn't want to do it out of anger, so I just dropped it and kind of wanted to call you first.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Drop the anger, and then you'll do it with the right spirit, and you'll be fine.
Good. That's what you played for Female Monday. That women want deep in their souls just want to be home with the babies. That's so true.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing. Well, I wish you well.
Even with my girlfriend, I can see it.
Are you
Thank
living?
you,
Are you living with her?
Oh no, absolutely not. No, I moved. I used to live in Minnesota with my mom, and I moved across the country to Florida now.
Nice.
And I moved away from her, and I'm dealing with my business and stuff, and I'm doing really well. So.
Right on. Oh, man,
Thank you, Jesse.
are you Asian?
I'm white.
You white? I wish you well, man. Call
You
me
have
again.
a lot of white babies.
I know, huh? White babies.
Yeah.
White History Month. We need more white babies. Thank you, buddy.
You can count on me.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Jesse.
All right, buddy. Amazing.
Bye.
I want to know. Last night they had this little football game thing. I think it was a football game. They had a football game downtown L.A. Was it downtown?
No, New Orleans.
What?
New Orleans.
Oh, they had a little football game in New Orleans, and they made a mistake and asked some black people to perform at this football game, and they like they do with everything, they messed it up. They took the fun out of the game by coming up with this black mess that has no real meaning at all. It's just an all ego feeling, and it served no meaning other than that, and it's in your face to white people. And because white people, they try to please the blacks, they want to appease them, they let them sing this mess at their football event. And I want to know what you think about it. This is from the New York Post. R&B vocalist, somebody by the name of Lettuce performed the so-called Black National Anthem, whatever that is. Lift every voice and sing. Black people love to sing. Y'all hear me singing here all the time. Black people love to sing and dance. They sing, lift every voice and sing. And they did this ahead of the 2025 Super Bowl. Watch this from X.
Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies.
What's he smelling?
Let it resound loud as the roar.
Now, what purpose was that? It's not America, and we're not in Africa. They're not slaves, except to their own minds and emotions. It was. It's not our national song. Why did they do that? And why did whoever put the football thing on invite them there and let them do that? Why? That was in your face to white people. That's all it was. It's an ego trip. It was just in your face. What do y'all think about that? When will we be one nation under God again? And if we will ever be it, if you continue to let these people carry on like this. If they're going to do this kind of mess, Let them do the little national anthem at an all-black football game, whatever they want to do. Do what the white people did in Louisiana, separate from them. Because this is just in your face to the white people. They don't really mean it. They know there's no such thing as a national black anthem. They know that. But because of their hatred of white people, by falsely accusing whites for being losers, for them being losers, it's in your face because they know white people are afraid. This is dividing. It's not uniting. Trump came to unite, not to divide. Well, maybe he wanted to divide the evil from the good. Because Trump is like Christ. But that was a mess. It was horrible. It was, if I was into being black, it's embarrassing. And it was the so-called first performance at the Super Bowl in 2020. And I'm being told it's in the wake of so-called police brutality and the so-called death of George Floyd. Why George, Lord? Not George, Lord. Lord, why George, Lord? That's from the New York Post. It is, Christ came not to condemn the world, but for you to overcome the world. And white people, you need to overcome this by overcoming fear. I can't think of one thing, zero thing that black people in so-called leadership has done that is good for America. It has enhanced America and it made America better. Not one thing. And yet you keep putting them in leadership and roles like this. Let them do their own NAACP black stuff over their own world. And let America be great again. That's what I recommend, but do what you want. This is just a mess. It wasn't even necessary to invite those people to speak, to sing there, and especially sing that mess. And nobody even know what lift their voice and sing even mean. What a mess! It's pathetic. 888-77-JESSE. Let me go to first time call out of Buffalo, New York. Jordan. Jordan, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Jordan.
Happy White History Month.
Happy White History Month to you too.
I was calling because it was a man and he was saying that you don't love the blacks, and I disagree. I feel like you love the blacks. The blacks are just so ignorant, and when they wake up and smell the coffee and listen to you, everything will be all right in America. And the black ladies really need to listen to you, Jesse, because they are full of hell.
They really are. And they are out of control.
Tell me about it.
It is a mess. I saw this. I saw this report where the Wicked Witch of the West, Maxine Waters, and some of these other dumb black women, they approached a security guard over at the Department of Education. Have you seen that?
Yeah, and I was like, what the?
Yeah.
Foolish. She too old to be doing that foolishness.
That's right.
She's too old. And black ladies need to wake up and smell the coffee.
Yeah.
They need to know that if they start acting like white ladies, they will have respect. But until they stop acting like angry black gorillas, they will learn how to be okay in America. Yes. And this is coming from a black man, Jesse.
A black man or black? Someone else?
This is coming from a black man saying this.
You're right on what you were saying. You're absolutely right. And when you tell other black people around you these things, what do they say?
They hate me, say I'm dumb, call me Uncle Tom. They say I'm with the white folks. They can't stand me. But guess what? It's the truth, and the truth to set you up free.
That's right. Amazing. Well, don't mind the name calling at all. They call you names because they don't want to hear the truth. Just don't argue with them, but don't let them call you whatever they want to call you. That doesn't matter, all right?
Right, because I be telling my aunt some stuff, and she be calling me crazy and all that stuff. But hey, they gonna come. They gonna come to a point in their life where they gonna know that it's the truth.
Yes, absolutely.
And my mama too. She's the devil, and I had to forgive her. For I can be a better man.
You went to your mother and forgave her?
Yes, I did.
And what did she say when you forgave her?
She had so much hell in her, so it didn't work out well. So I just walked away and I forgave her.
Right
and now
on.
my life is better.
Right on. That's amazing.
Amazing, Jesse.
You stay with it. How old are you now?
I am 22.
Right on. You are so fortunate to be overcoming anger so early in your life. You haven't seen anything. It's going to just be amazing for you. You stay with it, all right?
Right. And I see the people in your comments, they mad because they don't smell the truth. They got to know, and they got to listen to the truth, hear the truth, and know the truth and wake up.
That's right. And most people are not going to, only a few will find the truth. Most people love their misery. They love their hell. And there's nothing you can do about it but leave them in their hell. They have a right to stay there. God will leave them there, so you leave them there too, and don't worry about it.
Right. All right, Jesse.
Thank you, Jordy. Amazing. Thank you. All right.
Amazing. Bye.
Bye now. Amazing. I was driving down the road the other day, and stopped at the light, and to my right, I looked over, and there was a man driving a car, and he had the dog in the car with him, in the passenger seat with him, and the dog was just kind of looking out the window, and the dog had on some type of dog clothes. And then, and so I looked around to see if it was a woman or a man carrying a dog around like that, dressed in clothes and blah, blah, blah. And the dog was in the same seat he was in, looking out the window. And then I saw a woman carrying a dog, and I see this a lot, like she's carrying a baby. And I've seen men do it too, not just women, but men do it too. And I noticed, and then the other day, I was driving past McDonald's, and I saw a man and a woman going into McDonald's with a dog on a leash, going into McDonald's. And I reflected, and we see dogs on airplanes and everywhere. I reflected, and I remember a time when dogs were not allowed in cafes and dogs were not allowed on airplanes. If you carried a dog somewhere, he would have to ride underneath there in the dog box underneath the plane. I remember a time when you could even serve food without a hairnet on your head there. Yeah, see there? Yeah, what a mess. With Nick showing some pictures of the dogs and cars and things. And thank you, that's cool. You were not allowed to serve food at a restaurant without having a hairnet on if you were the cook in the kitchen. But anyway, I've noticed more and more and more that dogs are being treated, I guess, in their minds like human beings. And when I saw that, and I've seen it over and over the last years or so, And what I saw the other day, it reminded me of how wicked and evil human nature is, and how destructive human beings are, human nature. If you really, really, really pay attention to human beings, human nature, if you paid attention to your own fate nature, your human nature, it's amazing to me how destructive and wicked. When the Bible says, God said, don't ever trust human nature, don't trust an angry person, that the heart of human beings are wicked to a point of no understanding. It goes deeper than you can imagine. And so, over the years, I've been paying attention, and I noticed that human beings destroy everything that they touch. They destroy each other, and it doesn't matter. They'll destroy their own children. Husbands will destroy wives. Wives will destroy children and husbands, friends, and everything. Human nature is nothing but destruction. There's nothing good in human nature. And it's so bad. And so when I saw this the other day, it just reminded me, I wasn't thinking about this, how evil human nature is. To the point now, not only have they destroyed and are destroying each other, because human beings don't have love, the heart is wicked. That's why we must be born again of the heart, overcome the evil of the heart. They are now destroying animals. They're destroying dogs and whatever else they can get their hands on, and they call it love. I was thinking about these people are treating dogs in the same way they treat human beings. And as a result of treating animals in this way, the animals are losing their natural instinct to survive on earth, out in the land. Dogs were not created to be treated like human beings. They were created to survive in the land. God has already put vitamins and whatever it takes for a dog to survive outdoors, in the grass, up and down the road, and everywhere. And they have their own natural coat where they don't have to put on clothes. And their jackets changes during winter, spring, summer, and fall. It naturally does. But human beings are destroying that. And they are making dogs so weak that the dog cannot handle the climate change, winter, spring, summer, and fall. Then people have to keep the dogs in the home now. Or if they do take the dogs out, they put clothes on the dog, which is weakening the dog. So if the dog does end up outdoors for whatever reason, he can't survive. He can't survive the wilderness because the human being has literally destroyed the natural nature instinct of animals. And they call it love. In the same way that they call it love when they're destroying their children, they call that love. When they have no patience for the children, when they have no patience in relationships, when they have no patience with one another, they call it love. But what human beings have done to animals is evil. It's not pretty, it's not cute, it's evil. And you call it love because your love is on the level of an animal. Your heart is wicked, and that emotional love is an animal love. It's not natural love. It's not the real love. And that's why you think. And all you're doing is thinking, and in the thinking, when you pick a dog up, when you got the dog riding on your seat and looking out the window, In your mind, you're thinking you love the dog and the dog love you, but the dog don't love you and you don't love the dog. It's just a thrill. And when other people see you with your little dog, you look around to make sure someone else see you with the dog so you can get another thrill. In the same way you would if you were walking around with kids. It's the same thing, and it's evil. What human beings are doing and have done to animals is evil. It's not love at all. There's no love in it because human beings don't have love. No love in it at all. It's just a thrill that feels like a love, and you call it love, but it's hate. It's pure hate. You don't love dogs. And you can't deal with human beings now that you've turned on each other and destroyed each other. You go to the dog looking for false comfort. And human beings is so bad, folks. You already know it, but it's worth reminding that when they buy airplane tickets, they want the dog to sit in the seat with you. And the dog is carried on the way a dog carry on. Look at there. That's not pretty. It's not natural. It's unnatural. Human beings take dogs to a dog doctor. Think about that. Human beings take dogs to a dog doctor. Human beings pay buku money to have a dog surgery. And they cry when the dog is sick. Or they cry when the dog dies. And they call that love. Isn't that amazing? Talk about a fallen state. How low can you go as a human being? That's not love, people. That's destruction. It doesn't work on each other, on human beings. Why do you think it's working on a dog? And look how you're destroying that dog. You're weakening the dog's natural instinct to survive. There is an ad that play on TV, and it's about animals, right? And they're trying to raise money for the animals. And so what they do is they take films of these animals, and the animals look so pitiful. They have the dog look like, poor me. I'm left out in the cold. I can't find any food. Help make a donation so they can take care of me. And they had the dog looking so pitiful. A dog ain't got no business looking pitiful. A dog can survive. They've been surviving since dog time. How come all of a sudden you got to raise money for a dog? Because the dog cannot survive outside. You made the dog that way. You caused that dog to suffer in the wildness, the wilderness. Yeah, ESPCA. They made the dog, and then the people who are into the dog thinking that they have love for the dog, they send money to the dog, to the ASPC for the dog. Think about that. Dogs been outdoors forever. They were born that way. They were born outdoors. They were made to survive outdoors. God made it that way, and you have weakened them, and you call it love. You want other people to go along with you. Oh, so cute. A cute little dog. You are wicked. Human nature is wicked and cannot be trusted. You don't love the dog. You're dumb for paying that kind of money for surgery on it. Oh, the dog got cancer, so we got to have cancer surgery for the dog. How did the dog overcome cancer before you became so weak and into dogs? The earth took care of the dog. God made it. He put dog medicine out on the earth, and the dog was able to go and find that medicine. and wallow in the grass and eat bugs and do what it does naturally. And the dog would be pretty. They would be energetic. They didn't have on human clothes. They have natural covering given to them by God. O wicked souls are you. You have destroyed your family, each other. Now you're destroying animals. And then you put names on it so you can feel good about being wrong. You say, oh, it's a comfort dog. That doesn't make any sense at all. Dogs don't comfort you. That's a false sense of salvation. And you walk around carrying dogs around. The dog can walk on his own. And you make the dog look so beautiful, and the animals and the cats, because you are trying to draw emotions. And you do the same type of commercial for dogs, animals, cats and things that you do for human beings. When you want, oh, look at the poor human beings. Can you send money to help the human? Human beings are wicked. And I had no idea. Really. And this is all human beings, not just one, or not just the rich or the poor or the famous or the non-famous or the black or the white or the Hispanic. It's in all. Look how human beings treat one another. Human beings would get married, man and woman get married, and they'll destroy each other. And then they'll break up and go find somebody else and marry that person and destroy each other again. Human beings will have children and destroy them by turning them away from love from the Father and recreate them in their own evil image and destroy the child. You're doing the same to animals, and you call it love. And the marketplace is making buku money off of your emotions. They're telling you, oh, bring the dog to the dog doctor. Oh, this dog needs surgery. We got to do surgery for cancer on the dog. And you call up everybody, oh, I just found out my dog has, or my cat, or my animal, whatever it might be, bird, have cancer. Pray for me. And then the human being pretend false love to be hurt by that. It's been said that all, not one, not some, but all must be born again of the heart. That all are evil. And this evil has been passed on from human to animals and to whatever else that gets in the way. You can change, though. Your heart can turn from anger to love, and then you will change your nature, and you'll be fine. But most people don't want that. They love the thrill. Have you noticed that? But what you're doing to animal is pure evil. Ain't nothing pretty about it. They have human animals in their home, and you go to visit, they let the stupid animal jump all over you. I'm like, get that animal off me. And then they let the animal eat out of dishes, the plates and the silverware that you use, and then the animal cleans his butt when you're done with his tongue, and then go kiss the owner. And the owner thinks that's love. All for the thrill of it. Another plane, according to this report, crashed in the United States of America. This is like happening all the time now. What the? I just heard about this morning. Fox News is reporting. After landing at Scottsdale Airport, the FAA said a plane veered off the runway and crashed into a plane, killing one and injured 4 others. KSAZ, what's that there? Oh. So it's from Fox or is it from K? Oh, okay. Watch it from ABC News.
A developing story out of Arizona, another tragedy involving air travel. At least one person was killed when 2 jets collided at the Scottsdale Municipal Airport in Arizona. The Scottsdale Fire Department says that 3 others were transported to hospitals and another is still inside one of the planes. Firefighters are working to extract them. The FAA says one jet veered off the runway after landing and crashed into another jet on the ramp. Flights are temporarily paused from coming into the airport. The FAA is investigating.
Now I'm wondering, is this DEI? What? This has happened too often, folks. Who want to fly now? Get in line. I wonder if the airline tickets are cheap now to fly. They're like begging you to fly. It's safer. It's okay. You're safer in a plane than your car. Yeah, right. What a mess, huh? Here, and this video I'm about to show you, it has like watermarks on it, so ignore the watermarks. This is the last video on it from Arizona. Family. Watch this. This is that plane. This is the crash, showing the crash of that plane. Whoa. For those who couldn't see it, it was showing the plane landing and trying to settle down on the landing field there, and it just ran right into another plane that was parked. What the? Happy flying. Flying ain't happy no more. What a mess. DEI. I'm wondering if it's DEI. And why all of a sudden they start happening so much? Let me go quickly back to the phone. Ryan out of New Orleans. Ryan, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello, Jeff. How you doing?
All is well, Ryan. How are you?
I'm okay. And I think that your purpose is to divide. And let me comment on what you said about the halftime show down in New Orleans for the Super Bowl.
Okay, hold on 1 minute. The first thing you said was what? You think what?
I think your comments about the halftime show at Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Was outrageous. That what you said about that Super Bowl show was outrageous.
It was outrageous?
Yes.
What
the comments you said about it.
What did I
say? Because you said it was a black thing. But even though it was a universal thing.
No, it was a black, they missed the black mess.
Oh, hold on, wait. It was a universal thing because we had everybody filled the stadium. And I was out there, I was working, and I seen all kinds of people. So that made it universal. So the halftime show was universal.
It wasn't universal, it was New Orleans.
Yes, it was.
No.
Why wasn't? Why wasn't?
Why did they have that mess up in there called the National Black Anthem? What was that? Ain't nothing universal about it.
It was an anthem.
That ain't universal. That's mess.
It was an anthem. It was an anthem.
That ain't no anthem.
Who sung it. No matter who sung it, it was an anthem.
What?
It was an anthem.
That ain't no anthem.
It was.
But
I don't care if Elvis came back and did a good job on it. It was still an anthem.
But Elvis would never seen that mess.
And how you say it was a black thing? What made it a black thing? Tell me exactly why.
Because, how did that thing go?
How what to go?
That black thing they
the
did.
black national anthem.
That they should be thrown out of the stadium for bringing that in there. What's the first word to it?
Oh, lift every voice and sing.
Oh, something like lift every voice and sing. What does that mean? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Right. What does that mean? Lift every voice and sing. Or something.
Hold on, wait.
That ain't got nothing to do with America.
I believe everybody wrote that song either. I believe a white person wrote that song.
A white person?
A white person wrote that song too.
No, a white person founded the NAACP.
No, a white person wrote that song. It's universal. Lift every voice.
No, that's not universal.
It says
That's ghetto.
Wait, hold on, wait. You live in a ghetto. We live in a ghetto. You in a ghetto also.
I don't live in no ghetto. I live in a Jewish community.
And it's part of the ghetto too. It's still a ghetto. Anyway.
How is the Jewish community a ghetto, man?
Lift every voice. The song does not say lift every black voice. The song doesn't say lift every white voice. It says lift every voice.
But they should
everything breathing over here.
If the blacks have to sing that mess, they should do that in the hood.
Hold on, wait, but there you go again. I just said it's a universal thing. It says lift every voice.
No.
It doesn't matter who sung it.
No, nobody wants to sing that.
Man, you don't know Jack. You're going to make me curse. You don't know Jack.
The national anthem?
Well, how about say, can you see? That's the real.
I don't know who made that up. I've been hearing that all my life.
Now that's the real deal. That other mess was black mess.
That wasn't. Who wrote that then?
And then they had some black guy. They had some black guy rapping at the event.
And that was good too.
And
Eminem could have been there too.
And I'm like, why are they rapping at a football thing? What does that have to do with anything?
You act like it's your first time that you're looking at a rapper at a halftime show. That's not your first time.
But you're not supposed to have that kind of ghetto mess.
What do you mean? It's not ghetto. You live in the ghetto. We live in the ghetto.
You may live in the ghetto, but I don't live in the ghetto.
No, we all do. Hold on. You ever heard of...
Have you heard of...
Hold on, wait.
Have you heard of Francis Scott Keys?
Hold on, wait. You ever heard of that song called The World is a Ghetto? You ever heard that song?
Or The Ghetto by Marvin Gaye?
The World is a Ghetto. No, by War. You ever heard that?
War.
Yeah, War. The world is a ghetto.
No, I ain't never heard that. So have you heard of Francis Scott Keys?
Never heard that before, but I'm trying to tell you though. Let me tell you.
That's who wrote oh, say can you see? That's who wrote that song. Doesn't that make more sense? Doesn't that make more sense with Francis Star Spangled Banner than it is some black ghetto talking about slavery mess?
We're not talking about no slavery mess. We're not talking about black and white. We're just talking about the world could be a ghetto. Now let me explain this song to you. The world can be a ghetto when everybody come put their 2 cents in. Everybody, I don't care where you at. You could be.
You're not where you're at, where you are.
In California. No. It could be wherever. You could be in the White House. You could be wherever. Everybody gonna have corruption. When everybody has corruption, that's what makes it a ghetto. Because you're not running the country white.
Right.
That's what makes it a ghetto.
Right. Let me tell you this real fast. They should not have allowed that so-called black song to come up, be performed at the...
It wasn't. I'm gonna tell you one more time. It was not a black song. It was not a universal song.
Hold on. They should not have allowed, but because white people are afraid of the blacks, they should not have allowed them to sing that mess at the stadium. They should not have allowed black rapping They should not have the rapping thing. And Beyonce did not win the best
Beyond,
country and
what
western.
you mean she didn't? What you mean she didn't?
It was
What you mean she did? She did.
it was a DEI
Yeah.
war.
It
But
wasn't a
right,
bad DEI. Come on, stop with all this nonsense, Jesse. It wasn't no DEI. She won it because she wanted fair and square.
what?
She wanted fair and square.
I got to run, right, but that's not true.
Yeah, run. You coward. Run, coward.
Run.
Bye, coward. Bye, coward.
All right. Run, Forrest, run. What a mess. Run, coward. Let me go to Victoria. First time call out of Arizona. Victoria, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Jesse. How's it going?
All is well, Victoria.
Well, I would like to say that all is well with me right now, but it kind of, well, it is. Everything's fine.
What's wrong?
Well, my husband wants to get rid of my dog of 11 years. I know you
Nice.
guys were talking about dogs. And he would love that you just said that, too.
God
We've been
bless
listening
your
to you
husband.
for like, oh, man, we've been listening to you guys for like 3 years already, and you have changed both of our lives. But I'm really going through it with this decision. He snapped at my son. He's 8 months. He's been crawling around, and he didn't bite him. He's just a little tiny dog. He's got most
So
of
the
his
dog,
teeth missing.
the dog snapped at your baby,
Yeah.
and you still want to keep the dog?
Oh man, I know.
Who do you love most, the dog or the baby?
That's what he says too.
And you say,
I say, I know it's not me, and it's just so hard, you know.
who do you love most, the baby or the dog?
Of course, my baby.
Dude, that dog should have been gone a long time ago then.
Yeah. Well, the baby's. Well, yeah, I guess 8 months. He's just started crawling, so we didn't really know that.
Victoria, why
was
don't you
him.
get rid of that dog before you hurt the child?
I have started the process to try to get rid of him.
Just throw him outside. Throw the
Yeah.
dog outside, and you're rid of him.
Yeah.
Victoria, are you
kinda-
able to call me tomorrow? Unless you got what you're looking for right now.
Yeah, I probably could.
Okay, if you can, call me back. If not, get rid of that dog. It's not even up for thought.
Yeah.
Oh,
I knew you would
discussion.
tell me that, and I think I needed that too, you know?
Yeah, listen to your husband. Obey your husband.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
A lot.
Call me back tomorrow, if you can.
Okay.
Or whenever
Okay,
you can,
thank you.
all right?
Alrighty, thank you, Jesse.
All right. CNN is reporting that over there in Ohio, local residents confront and drove off neo-Nazi demonstrators waving large swastika flags along a highway overpass on Friday between Lincoln Heights and Evendale, Ohio, home to a historically black community that has endured a long history of racism. Watch this from ABC News.
Tonight, the clash above a highway near Cincinnati, Ohio. Neighbors confronting neo-Nazis dressed in black, waving swastika flags on an overpass north of the city.
In this neighborhood, we do stand for something. This here turf is golden soil, and it won't be tarnished with things like that.
At least one neo-Nazi seen holding a long gun. Police shutting down the overpass, trying to keep everyone apart. The neo-Nazis taking off in a U-Haul. One person seen running down the road, throwing something against the side of the truck. A swastika flag ripped away and set on fire.
Amazing. Amazing. Here's where a so-called Baptist minister calmed tension and black community leaders began marching. Watch this.
Need you, Lord, now to come in the midst of.
A minister from a nearby Baptist church holding a prayer service, calming tensions.
People are afraid, they're scared, they're angry.
These neo-Nazis were wearing similar clothes and face coverings to the neo-Nazis who marched through downtown Columbus, Ohio in November. Black community leaders later making the same march as a counter-protest. Tonight, the mayor of Cincinnati says messages of hate have no place in the region, writing, "This is not what we stand for, and it will never be what we stand for." And there was concern on the ground that police were letting this protest happen. Police say while the protest was offensive, it was not illegal.
Amazing. Interesting in so many ways. In so many ways. Help me, Lord. Help us. We scared. We're just so scared. And here's where... this is from X. That story from ABC News. This is from X. Blacks in Lincoln Heights march with rifle for community defense against white supremacy. Watch this.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Look at my baby. Something about. Something about. My baby, that man. Yeah, what do you doing? Dick sucker coming. Gone.
Amazing. So a couple of things about that. What's the difference between the so-called neo-Nazi people with guns and masks and all that, and the whole community, so-called community erupts? And then you see the blacks with the guns and the masks and all that. But no big deal. What's the difference? Neither one of them should be doing it, but what's the difference? Why overreaction to one group but not to the other one? We both are angry and have the same intent at heart and to hurt one another. But what's interesting about this story, and I want to try to bring this home so you can see yourself and how you do the same. I want you to notice how, do what you want, but notice how the so-called neo-Nazi people showed up and the so-called black community just went nuts. They're praying in the streets, they're throwing rocks at the people, they're yelling, they're carrying on. And so I'm wondering, how come, what's wrong with the people that is overreacting to the white group showing up? That they can show up and you overreact like that. You carry on. You're out in the street. You're marching, you're praying and marching. Why can't you just ignore them? What's wrong with human beings that they gotta overreact to everything? I guarantee you, if you didn't overreact to these people, the so-called neo-Nazi people, they'll go away. Or if you didn't overreact to these blacks who are doing the same thing, they'll go away because they would not get the thrill from you, and then their thrill would die down or try to get a thrill from you. Why you got to overreact? What does it matter what someone else does? If they want to march on the bridge, let them march on the bridge. You stay at home or go about your business and don't worry about it. When will you take control? The world tells you to overreact. The world tells you to get upset, to overreact, and pretend that one group loves the other group more than this group. Those black people don't care about the neo-Nazis at all. They don't love them at all. And the neo-Nazis don't care about them. And then the black so-called community people, they don't care about each other. They kill each other. They talk about each other. They rob each other. They fight each other. They don't care about each other. But on the street, it look like they do, and they don't. As soon as this thrill is over, they go back to fighting with one another. Same thing happens in your life, in your personal, private life. You pretend you're this with somebody, and then next thing you know, you're fighting, you turn on them, or you overreact. They say one thing to you, you're overreacting. You don't be still and let it happen. You overreact as though it's happening to you. When will human beings stop acting like animals? God said to be still and overcome it. The world, which is evil, tell you to overreact to it and get deeper into it until you hurt yourself. It's just one group overreacting to another group, and none of them love each other either way, and they're pretending that they love each other, but they don't. Have you noticed whenever you join a group, eventually it turns on itself? You get angry at one group, and you're like, I'm leaving. They don't do this, and they don't do this. They said that, they said that. And then you go join another group, and then that group like, yeah, that's right. You come and join us. And then you turn on them, and they turn on you. And instead of learning from it and overcome it, you go join another group. It's like getting married 80 times. It's like getting married. You get married once, and you and your wife, and then to the lady, your wife and your husband and wife, y'all break up. Y'all fight. Y'all yell. Y'all break up. And then you're like, I'm going to go and find me another one. And then you go find another one, and she act all sweet, or he act all loving, all sweet, and you get married again. And then you start fighting again, and you repeat the same thing over and over again. Just thrills. Did you know that anger is a thrill? Did you know that laughter is a thrill? Crying is a thrill? That's why when she's crying, she's lying. It's just a thrill. Loneliness is a thrill. Suicidal thoughts are thrills. You think about yourself when the devil tells you to kill yourself, you get excited. It's all for the thrill. Human nature is all about thrills. And then in your thrills, you justify it. Instead of just seeing that you have another thrill going on and overcome it so you can be done with thrill, you love thrills. You go out looking for a thrill. Stop reacting to the world. Christ came that you may overcome the world inside of you and the world outside of you, inside of others. Overcome the world. Don't condemn the world. Overcome the world. Live in your own world. In heaven. Within. The kingdom of heaven within. What's wrong with that? Why don't you live? Don't spend your whole life in misery. It's not normal. It's not normal to be afraid. Think about this. You, a human being, are afraid of another human being. Think about that. Why? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Lee from Orlando, Florida. Lee, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Lee.
Call.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we talked in the past, and I do have a different question, but I just want to mention about the whole Ohio thing and the Nazis and all that. I was raised in Philadelphia, super democratic city, and I remember having fear, literally fear, right, as an 8, 7, 9, 10-year-old, that the KKK was going to come down my block and, like, take me out of my house. And I don't know where I got that from, but it was in the air, right? Like, it was just like the white people are the enemy, and they're ready to take you. And what I realized in my life is anytime I hung around, and I'm not going through any other race, I'm Puerto Rican myself, and I've been through all the races, you know what I mean, like hanging out, I've always felt safe and had fun with white people. And
Yeah.
then whenever I hung out with black people, I had to be on high alert. You know what I mean? I couldn't concentrate. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not all. But
Not all, but most.
yeah, it was just the environment that I was in. Everybody was like, hate the white man this, and it kept me under for so long until I realized, like, nah, there's some people that are evil in this world, but you don't classify them as white or black or, no, they're evil. I've gotten, you know what I mean, taken advantage of from a few races, you know what I mean? And it's like, whatever. I know that you're evil. I'll keep moving. At least I realized that today.
And
But,
so are you over this idea that the KKK going to come in?
Yeah, I've been over it. Yeah, man. It's that fear, right, that the enemy puts in your head, and it keeps telling you that, right? That's the only power he has is your thoughts, man. And I actually mentioned to that one of the first times I spoke with you was that when I first started listening to you, was that?
How when you had this fear that the KKK may come after you, how old were you at the time? Do you remember?
Yeah, I was in 4th, 5th, 6th grade, so I was like, 8 to 10 years old. Like, I had fear. Like, I vividly remember even having nightmares about this crap. You know what I mean? Like, it was...
So were you hearing about them at school or something, or on TV?
Yeah, friends. Oh, did you hear about the KKK? What? And then you hear about this? It was just like mentioned, right? Like it was like the boogeyman, right? Like the white man's the boogeyman. And did you hear what they did over there? And they drugged this guy. And I remember being young and hearing about some white guys dragging a black guy in Texas, in the back. You know what I mean? And they exaggerated.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on. And like you say about now they call it a hate crime. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's evil. It's not. Not.
This was back in the 80s and 90s?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes, I'm 43.
As I'm looking at this story I just opened up with and listening to you right now, it's so unfortunate that what evil people have done to divide the blacks and the whites. Because when I was growing up down in Alabama on that plantation, blacks and whites were not divided in the way that they are today. I'm sure you could have found some angry black and some angry white, but but overall, blacks and white people knew that it was a spiritual battle, and there were good people and there were bad people, people who have overcome evil and those who have not. And they were not nearly anywhere as divided as they are today. The wedge that has been drawn or put between the races started with the so-called civil rights movement, the worst thing that ever happened to the blacks, other than abortion. But it is mind-blowing what they have done. And even in today, 2025, is worse. And you've allowed the blacks to get in government. You've allowed them to be in white people businesses, schools, and everything.
Customer service, which is the worst.
Yeah, and it's only gotten worse. The races united have not come back together. They're further apart than any other time. It's amazing to see over the years what has happened between the races.
Jesse, I'm not as old as you, but I've seen it in my life. Not that you're old, man. I think that you're aging well, and I hear you talking about working out and taking care of yourself, so you don't have a hunchback and all that. But it's so true. I've seen it in my own life. When I was in, I had a real messed up childhood, just like a lot of us do. My mom was in and out of jail. She was a drug addict, died when I was 16 of AIDS. My dad was murdered when I was 5. He was in the drug game and all that. And so I was raised by my sister and my aunt. I had to go and forgive my aunt, which was the scariest thing, a 74-year-old woman. And I'm saying, CP, I forgive you. And she's looking at me like, forgive you for what? I took care of you. Anyway, I'm not going to go down that line.
Right.
But I started realizing, like, man, you know what? It's not them. It's the spirit that lives in us, and that spirit that lived in her, lived in me, like made a home in me, and made me angry, emotional, beta.
Yeah.
I took things from women that I shouldn't have because I wanted to be a good guy, right? Like, and today I, little by little, realizing the first thing I did was forgive my parents before I even heard you, right? Like, for some reason, there was something tugging at me saying, forgive your parents, bro. You're doing the same thing they did. You can't help yourself. They couldn't help themselves, right? And so I forgave. I was like, you know what? I'm doing the same thing that my parents did to me, to my kids. You know what I mean? And so when I realized that, I forgave them. However, still beta tendencies, right? And then I realized, well, I got to forgive my aunt as well.
Right on. I noticed that I was looking at Maxine Waters and all these so-called black people that's in government. All they ever do is cry racism. They were trying to, and I'm going to play that story in a minute here at some point. They were trying to stop Trump from going over to the Department of Education. And they were at the door trying to break in or get in. And they were like, oh, this reminds me of somebody, a white man at the door doing slavery or Jim Crow or something dumb they said. And I'm like, these people are so wicked. Why are they saying stupid stuff like that? The civil rights movement should be erased from history because all it has done is divide and cause people to become even angrier and just nothing but trouble. There's nothing good about it at all. It was never meant to be good. And it's just crazy how they're using that to keep every generation of black people angry and controlling them and divide the races. Human hearts, human beings are evil, man. It's a mess.
What a mess.
What a mess.
Jesse, and another thing that I've heard you say, you know, that we're all evil, right? And I had to come to terms with that. Even though I thought I did the right thing, right? I never try to do evil to anyone, but I'm like, bro, I would lie. I would manipulate. I would do whatever I needed to do to get my way, and that's evil. You know what I mean? No matter how you look at it. People want to put the isms.
That's a good point, Lee. Every human being does the same thing. Everyone. It's crazy how we're all the same and we think we're different.
I used to be intimidated by other men, right? Because I didn't have a father in my life.
Yes.
And once I got older, I realized that these guys are just like me. They're lost. They're not, you know what I mean? Unless they're working on themselves. Like, but they're lost. They're lost. And I'm like, this guy is a CEO, but I see the anger in him. I see the emotions in him. Like, bro,
absolutely. Lee, amazing call, man. I got to run. Thank you.
I did have one more question. Is there any way that I can ask you this? Because it's really important.
Go ahead.
Just about music. Because I've been wanting to call you about this, right? I'm one that loves music. I play music all the time. And I was listening to Punchy. And Hake made this remark about playing music loud. And that's a sign of being angry. And I still do that. Like, I have a neighbor that called the cops on me all the time. And I play that, and you know what? When he says so other people can hear it, so that you can get that ego, and you know what I mean? Like,
it's all for the thrill.
For the thrill, Jesse. And so my question to you is, I'm constantly listening to music. I want to listen to it loud. Is that 100% the fact that I am still angry and that I am trying to like hide something, or
you're still doing it? Based on what you've said, you're still doing it for the thrill. You're getting the thrill from the music. You're getting the thrill from playing it loud so other people can hear. You get thrills when the police come to tell you to shut it down. So what you need to do is be aware of what you're thinking and feeling on the inside. And being aware of it would take away that thrill. And then you'll be able to enjoy music in the right way without the thrill.
How is it the right way, Jesse? Like, how is it?
You would know that when the thrill is gone.
Got you.
So when you would listen to the music and just notice you're turning it up loud because you get a thrill of interrupting the neighbors. and then you're turning it up loud because it feels good. The music thumping on the floor and all that.
Yeah.
So watch the thrills, and then once you see it, catch it, and then turn the music down a little bit. And I'm telling you, it will change everything. And you'll be you will be able to enjoy music in the right way without the thrill.
Okay. I'm going to work on that.
All right, buddy.
I appreciate that, Jesse.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye.
I want to show y'all, then I go back, I want your super chats and the phone calls here. I want to show you another example of evil human hearts. And this is not, these people that are protesting in this situation I'm about to show, they don't care about you, the voters, at all. They don't care about you being black. They don't care about you being white. This is all about so-called money and power. And they're lying to you when they say they care about you. As you know, the Great White Hope and the guy from X are working very hard to make things right in America. And so they're hopefully getting rid of the Department of Education and all the DEI crap and everything. And the Democrats and some of the right-o Republicans are having a fit about it because they're losing money and power. It's not about you. And so, according to the Daily Mail, a group of furious House Democrats yelled at a lone security guard standing in front of the Department of Education after Elon Musk Doge team set its sight on the agency. I want you to look at this and you're going to see wickedness. Really. You're going to see how evil. It's just another example of how evil. This is the battle between good and evil. An example of it. Watch this from this first soundbite is from X.
Give it a tug there. There's all access. Over there.
We're members of Congress.
Thank you. We're members of Congress. We're members of Congress.
We're coming in. Don't lock the door. We're coming in. Who are you?
You're not coming in.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? Who are you, sir?
Do you have business here?
Yes.
Yes.
I've sent the Assistant Secretary a letter alerting her that we would be here today, and we've asked her for a meeting.
Yeah, I don't know that that's been accepted, so until that's accepted. It doesn't need to be accepted.
What authority do you have? And what do you do here?
What do you do here?
Security responsibility.
Get out of the way. We pay for your job.
No, you don't.
We're members of Congress. We pay you.
We're members of Congress.
Nobody has accepted
members of Congress.
These are devils.
Look
at the devils.
I'm relaying that.
You are not the spokesman for the department. You are a security guard.
Can you
identify yourself? I already did. We are members of Congress. We'd like them to the Department.
You don't have any identification. Where's your ID? Where's your ID? We are not. It's not good enough. We are not a threat.
I love how that one little wheezing white guy dealt with them. Those are a bunch of demons. You're seeing human bodies, right? But you don't see the demons in those bodies. And they think just because they have some stupid title, members of Congress, like that's supposed to be, oh, I'm scared now. Come on in. And Maxine Waters just went, away your ID. He should have said, none of your business, bitch. It's not your business with my ID. Why are you here? But I love how he just stood there and dealt with it. When will you face evil inside of you and deal with it? Stand still and deal with it. Stop running. Here's where the Wicked Witch of the West, Maxine Waters, with the low IQ, here's where she continued to harass this guy. Watch this from Newsmax.
Look them in the eye. Come on, hold your face up. Look at them. Let them see you. They This is him. Look at it. What's your name? Tell us your name. Give me that ID again.
Giving you the ID. I showed it to you.
So what?
I showed you the ID.
You do what?
I showed you the ID.
Could you let me see the ID again? Huh?
No.
No?
Nice.
Will someone else ask him for the ID? Will you ask him for it? He won't let me see it
The
again.
devil want help.
You didn't see it. You didn't see it. They didn't see it.
Then Satan want help. Cowards always want help. So I want you to take note of this. One little white man, he doesn't look like he got big muscles or anything, standing up to the demons. He's just standing there, not overreacting, not angry, and just standing there. They don't know what to do. That's how they screamed at Jesus Christ. When they went after him, he just stood there, okay, whatever. They didn't know what to do because they could not get a reaction from him. I want you to try this in your life if you want to overcome your hell. Stop overreacting. Stand and just watch the demons inside of you and inside of others and see how things go for you. Don't argue. Don't fight. Just watch. Real power. Your real power, your power is in stillness. It's not in overreaction. Stop overreacting. I love how this guy is. You just do it. I'm not giving you anything, you little evil female. And Maxine Waters, oh, I want somebody else to come and ask him. I wish for you, if you want it, that you would be free. You're living, as Denny from Bulgaria mentioned, well, I said to Denny, everything is done. It is finished. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. You have been freed. All your sins have been wiped away. Fear is an illusion. You are living an illusionary life. You think you are your feelings, your body, your thoughts, your reactions. You think they're you, and that's why you say, I'm afraid, I'm a this, and I'm lonely, and I'm this, and I'm this, and you're confirming a lie, and you're identifying with evil every time you do. And you're so one with evil, someone come along and tell you, hey, stop it, don't do that. Well, who will I be if I don't identify with feelings or thoughts? Who will I be if I stop thinking? If I stop thinking that I am a professional, I'm a preacher, I'm a teacher, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, I'm a mother. And the women love to use that word mom. I'm a mom instead of mother. Like mom sounds special. You're so special. Stop identifying. Drop all your identities. Even your identity about God. Drop them. All your little morality. Drop them. And then you shall live. I love, that's so nice. I think I want to play it twice, Nick. What I want to do is play the first soundbite where these demons go over to the Department of Education and they try to intimidate this man and knocking on the door. A bunch of old demons, too. Those are not even young demons. And if you notice, they're all in a group. Not one went by him or herself. They're all in a group, and then when that group leaves, they turn on each other. Pay attention how the group turn on each other when they're done with you. They don't love each other either. I just want to play that from Daily Mail one more time. This is at the Department of Education. Elon and Trump is cleaning it up. They had a guard at the door and watched the demons try to intimidate the guy from X.
We're going to talk there.
Look at the demons. They try to break into heaven.
We're members of Congress.
So?
We're members of Congress. We're members of Congress.
And?
I have
the door. We're coming in. Who are you?
You're not coming in.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Nice.
Who are you?
Who are you? Who are you?
Who are you, sir?
Do you have business here?
Yes.
Yes.
I have sent the Assistant Secretary a letter alerting her that we would be here today, and we've asked her for a meeting.
Yeah, I don't know that that's been accepted, so until that's accepted. It doesn't need to be accepted.
Who are you?
What authority do you have?
And what do you do here?
What do you do here?
Security responsibility.
Get out of the way.
Get out of the
We
way.
pay your job. We pay you.
We're members of
We pay you.
We're members of Congress.
Nobody.
You don't pay him, Maxine. Shut up.
We haven't heard that from the secretary. We haven't heard that from the spokesman.
I'm relaying that.
You are not the spokesman for the department. You are a security guard.
Can you
identify
yourself?
I already did. We are members of Congress. We'd like to enter the department application.
You don't have any identification. Where's your ID? Where's your ID?
We are not.
It's not good enough.
We are not a threat.
Look at her. Such a nasty demon. And not getting that flipping ball. And watch this old demon. Everybody, what are young demons? Watch this old demon, Maxine Waters from Newsmat. She continued to, and then she's going to run out of energy because she sees it's not working, and the demon going to call for another demon. Y'all, come and see the ID. Watch this from Newsmat.
Look them in the eye. Come on, hold your face up. Look at him. Let them see you. This is him. Look at it. What's your name? Tell us your name. Give me that ID again.
Giving you the ID, I showed it to you.
So what?
I showed you the ID.
You do what?
I showed you the ID.
Could you let me see the ID again? Huh?
No.
No?
Nice.
Will someone else ask him for the ID?
Look at the demon.
Will you ask him for it? He won't let me see it again. You didn't see it. You didn't see it. They didn't see it.
Here's this another old female demon. America, overcome evil with good. Don't be angry. And you can deal with life in a perfect way. What a mess, huh? They don't want Elon Musk and the Great White Hope to clean up the government because these people been living high on the hog with our tax money. You've heard over the week, we've talked about it, other news outlets have talked about the waste that they've done with our tax dollars. Amazing, huh? The DEI crap. 888-7753, a spiritual battle. You're dealing with demons inside of you and your thoughts and emotions and inside of others. Stop fighting with the demons and overcome them. If you stop fighting with them and watch them, become the observer of them and not the warrior, and then the spirit of truth will fight your battle for you. But you got to invite it in and let go. Surrender your demons to the light, which is the nature of God. Wayne is out of Texas. Wayne, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse. Good morning. How you doing?
All is well, Wayne.
Yeah, I just wanted to, again, express my gratitude for everything that you're doing, around the world, et cetera, et cetera. You're doing a good job.
Thank you, Wayne. Amazing.
Yeah. I wanted to say that the Hank News, that's my news. That's my news service, man.
Right on. The hate
I listen to him every
news,
day.
not the fake news.
Fake news, not the fake news.
That's right.
So I was calling about the DEI deal.
The DEI? Wait, your
DEI
phone
deal,
your phone seemed to be a little muffled.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yeah, speak right into it, all right?
Okay, I was calling about the DEI deal, right?
Okay.
So I'm a commercial pilot.
Oh, okay.
I fly for one of the major airlines.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if there's DEI. It's like getting a driver's license.
Yes.
Do you think there's DEI getting a driver's license?
Yes. Nowadays it is because they're letting illegal aliens and everybody get driver's license. And so it's DEI.
Okay, because I had to go through. I mean, I'm a black guy, and I had to go through all the tests and everything, and they were not joking with me, man.
They want to what?
They were not joking.
Yeah.
And then also you have to separate transport airline pilots from private pilots, because private pilots don't get all that training that we get as commercial, transport pilots.
And so do you see, are you aware of DEI pilots and air traffic control people?
Well, I don't know much about air traffic control, but as far as pilots go, I cannot say that I've noticed that they're DEI pilots,
Yeah. Hold on. Can you hold on for 1 minute? Wayne, let me take a quick break.
Okay, sounds good.
All right,
I'll hold on.
Okay. Let me go quickly back to Wayne out of Texas. And Wayne is a pilot and discussing the DEI. Wayne, do you believe or have you noticed or do you believe that they have DEI in the airline industry now?
No, I haven't noticed. Once again, I'm an airline transport pilot as opposed to just a regular private pilot. And we get a lot of training. We handle emergencies and all that kind of stuff like that. The accident you showed yesterday, if you noticed, it was a very small airplane.
Yeah.
So that guy has not been through the kind of rigorous training that the people that fly the big planes go through.
And how do you know that?
Because I'm a pilot. I know the smaller jets, the companies, not that they don't have enough money to do it, but we used to go through twice a year, like every 6 months. It would be like taking your driver's test all over again.
And so are you saying that DEI doesn't exist in the airline industry?
I wouldn't go that far. I would say that the pilots, as far as the guys that operate the aircraft, there's not too much DEI there because you have to meet a certain standard. And if you don't meet it, if you fail a test twice, you're fired.
How come I noticed that over the last few years, they have gotten rid of all of the trained, nearly all, not all, but most of the trained white pilots that were in the military and things like that. They've gotten rid of them and replaced them with black women and some black men and all kind of mess. If DEI is not prevalent in the airline industry, why did they get rid of the white men who were trained to be pilots by being in the military?
That's because, well, first of all, I think the percentage of minorities that are in the airline would be probably just around 8%. Women would probably be about 3%. So it's still majority white men. Not that makes a difference. The reason why we don't have as many military pilots anymore is because the military has cut back on the number of people that they're training. So you find that, like myself, for example, I actually paid for my own training from my savings. I went to school and paid for it. But a lot of guys, they go into the military and 10 years after they come out and they're lucky they get a job. So the reason why they're not...
No, finish your point. The reason they're not what?
No, I'm just going to repeat. Go ahead.
Okay. I noticed that, I know you're right about the pilots who are in these smaller planes, they're not as well trained as the pilots in the big plane, passenger plane. But I do know for a fact, because I know of several pilots, that experienced white men have been taken out of the airline industry and replaced with people of color, DEI people, homosexuals and lesbians and everything. And so I do know that is happening, but you sound like you're not either not paying attention to it or they or something, because they forced these white trained pilots out.
Well, Jesse, an airline pilot like myself, I make well past $250,000 to $500,000 a year, and ain't nobody gonna push me out and make me leave my job. So what I'm trying to say is that
you're black. You don't have to worry about it.
Even the white guys ain't gonna let nobody. Once you get your seniority, it's like a military thing. You get seniority and then you get promoted. Once you get your seniority, you ain't leaving for nothing. They can't just kick you out unless you fail a test or something like that. It's all unionized. It's like the teachers' union. They can't just put you out like that. I don't know where you're getting the statistics from.
Yeah,
but they cannot just put people out like that. That's crazy.
This white pilots resign rather than taking the Chinese virus?
Oh, yeah.
Shot.
Yeah, I was there. I was there for that. And they threatened us with they're going to fire us if we don't take the Chinese virus shot. And I didn't take the shot. And then they end up, I kind of called their bluff, and they end up not firing us. A lot of people took it because they got scared. But me being, not in the fallen state, I was not scared. I was like, okay, go ahead and fire me. And they didn't. They end up not firing the whole of us.
So you didn't take the jab, right?
No, I did not.
And so are they hiring the white experienced pilots back, or are they bringing in the DEI people?
In my particular airline company, nobody was fired because they did not take the jab. They gave us the opportunity to say, okay, well, this is the religious reasons why we're not taking it. We had to write a letter, or we had to take the jab. I wrote the letter, but my letter didn't go through, and I just didn't take the jab, and then they end up not doing anything about it. Not one person was fired, because that's totally illegal.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody in my company employs about 10,000 pilots, and not one person got fired.
According to the New York Post, the FAA reversed their hiring to favor ethnic minorities. They got sued for this. Do you know about that?
No, but I know the FAA is just a licensing board. It's like if I get a driver's license and I want to go drive a taxi, the taxi company would be the one really screening me. The FAA may give me, a license, but for me to actually get the job, they put you through rigorous flight tests. You have to do a whole ton of written tests. You're not just going to go in there and pass the test. Even if you have a fake license, you're going to have to prove yourself in the simulators. They have these things they call simulators.
What do you think about, and then I got to run, but what do you think about the pressure from the government, the media, and activists to that they are put on the airline to train and hire so-called diverse pilots? What do you think about that?
Well, I would say it depends on what job area it is. If you're looking at, people that are taking tickets or stuff that's not safety sensitive, then, it's okay. But when it's something is safety sensitive, I don't think DEI should be involved in that.
But why should the government, the media, and activists be allowed to put pressure on the company at all to tell them who they should or should not hire?
Well, I believe if I have a small company, then I don't think the government should have jurisdiction to tell me stuff like that. But if I have a public company, like, for example, UPS hires, they have so many employees. I want to say, I don't know how much, but they have employees as much of one of our states. They probably have more employees than that. And so since they're so big, they should be able to, help other people get in. Like, you don't want to just hire all, one race. You want to have a diversity of people.
Why? If you want to hire, if you own your own company and you just want to hire white people, 100% white people, why shouldn't you do that if that's what you want to do for your company?
Well, I agree with you. If you own your own company, and you
a
have
company like
employees,
a big company like the one you just named,
UPS.
UPS. Why shouldn't UPS be allowed to hire all 100% white people if that's what they wanted to do? What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. Like, for example, I mean, it's kind of fair, you know, to try to give everybody a chance. I think I'm
but
not
how is it
communist or
unfair? How is it not fair to hire all white people? They're giving all white people a chance, right? What's unfair about that?
Well, that's not. There's no big deal. That brings the question. You seem to think that white people can do a job better than black people.
Yes.
I think it's a matter of training. If you come up and you're properly trained, and you come out from, you have a father in the house, you have everything going right, you have your mother, and you're all ready. If you are properly trained, I don't think your color matters.
But if you notice, though, white people tend to put more effort in things, whereas non-white people don't put as much effort. So the qualification is not going to be the same because non-white people don't work as hard nowadays. Have you noticed that?
No, I would say it depends on, again, the background of the individual. Like, for example, yourself, you put a lot of effort into your work, you know, and me, I put a lot of effort. When I go to do my training tests as a pilot, I don't joke around. I'm well prepared because this is how I feed my family. So I go in down there with, you know, like, you could send Satan to test me. I will pass that test because I'm well prepared. I've seen other white guys that they just come in there and I'm like, whoa, this guy doesn't even know the answers for these things and stuff like that. And they could do that because, like, you know, they're fucking white. Excuse my language. They're white. They can do that. But me, a black man, I got to go in there. I have to have my P's and Q's all crossed. Not that I have to, but I just make sure that my P's and Q's are crossed. So when I have noticed that my counterparts, some of them white, they go in there like, whatever, you know?
That's because they're smarter.
No, I can see them performing. They're not the reason why I know they were not ready is because their performance is below my standard.
But if you notice, though, and then I got an amazing call, though. If you notice, you're not a normal black. You sound like you're from Africa, so you're not like one of those. You're not a normal black. Am I right?
That's correct. I'm not African American.
Right.
I'm from the Caribbean.
And so because of that, you will be working harder. People...
I rest my case.
That's right.
I rest my case.
I rest my case.
I'll call you tomorrow. I wanted to talk about why the King James Version is the best version, but we have other callers. So I'll give you a call tomorrow and we'll talk about that.
All right. Make sure you do. Thank you.
Hey, Jesse, thanks a lot. Appreciate you, and all the best.
All right, you too, buddy. Amazing call. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye now. Amazing. Normal blacks are the ones that don't work as hard and don't care and want it free and they feel like victims. Not African blacks. The blacks from foreign countries, they work very hard. Unless they get here and then they become Americanized. Black Americanized, then it's a different story. There's this guy by the name of Robert Davi, and he corrected the blacks. He did. It was amazing. This is from Sports. Skeeter. Veteran actor Robert Davi has sparked controversy with his recent comments on Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show, labeling the performance as ghetto and calling for an end to what he termed rap crap. Listen to this first soundbite and watch it.
Dear fellow Americans, just my quick little rant on this halftime nonsense. I mean, come on, stop with the ghetto crap. I'm done with the ghetto. I've had it up to here with ghetto. I know they want to say rap is this and rap is the streets and rap is the current and rap is the that. Look at jazz, black and jazz blues artists. Give me the Count Basie band. Give me Duke Ellington's band. Give me the history. Give me jazz. You want to go black? Go art. Enough with the garbage. Enough with bringing these kids down into the garbage. Like that's the cool thing to do and this and that. No, Those gentlemen that created an art form, a gorgeous art form, those jazz artists. Let's propagate that in America. Enough with this bull. Who in the NFL hired this act? And Sam Jackson monkeying around. I mean, I'm sorry. It just repulsed me.
That's so deep. I don't know what to do about it. Finally, a white man told the blacks the truth. He showed them pure love. And that Sam Jackson, I think his middle name Earl Jackson, is a disgrace. He really is. He's just a lost soul. And this man told the blacks the truth. And when I first saw this morning in my meeting with my producer, it reminded me, I had forgotten, things are so messed up with the blacks now, I had forgotten how classy jazz music was at one time. And even the soul music and all that. The performers used to dress up and they practiced their routines and they carried themselves in a proper way when they were out in public performing. And they performed with style and class, and they had real music. If you doubt me, look at some of the old music from the Temptation and Diana Ross and Marvin Gaye and then the jazz music. They were like, they were perfect. That's in the way they carried themselves and made music and performed. They were not ghetto blacks. They were not, and I had forgotten about that because you see so much rap crap and mess nowadays. You forget what the norm was like when America was great. Thank you, Mr. Davi, whatever his name is, Robert Davi, for telling the blacks the truth. And also, this is another reason, you shouldn't be doing it anyway, but this is another reason you got to stop identifying with anyone else and have your own identity. Be responsible for your own life so that if these blacks continue with this black crap, you won't have to think, well, white people think all of us are like that. You won't think that way because you won't identify. You just won't have that identity with the blacks. You will have it with no one, really. You'll be you and just do your thing and live your life and be in control of your own world. But when you identify with the blacks, you're going to think that you and everybody are the same. And so all white people are going to see you the same. And they're not. But black people used to be class to the young blacks that don't know. And you're into this black rap crap. And you shouldn't be performing this at a football game that was major. Like, it was an American day. It wasn't no black rap crap ghetto day. Don't be taking your black crap ghetto hood to white people events. Leave that at home for the hood or for BET. But I forgot how classy blacks used to be in their entertainment world. And this guy is absolutely right. Somebody said it that was non-black. It's about time. He showed love. Black people, don't get mad at him. He showed you love. That stupid James Jackson guy, whatever his name was, Samuel Jackson, he up there being as stupid as you are, and he old. He haven't learned anything. He being as ghetto as the young black people. Black people used to be classy. And they were not trying to be anybody but themselves. Remember those days? But instead, we get crap like this from X. This female by the name of Serena Williams. She's up there doing some type of crip walk at the Super Bowl. Why does she? And she's supposed to be like know how to play tennis or something. And she up doing a crip walk at white people event. Watch this from X.
Serena Williams posted this on Instagram. When Kendrick Lamar and team called and was like, "We've been trying to do something forever. What about this? We loved your crip walk at the Olympics after you won the gold medal." I'm like, Super Bowl? Are you serious? When in the world would I ever be able to dance at a Super Bowl? Never. Let's do it. I knew my winning dance after the Olympics would pay off one day. End of story.
If black people ever needed you, Lord, they need you now. Serena, does she supposed to be like a little tennis player or something?
Yeah.
Oh, what a mess.
I think she was born in Mississippi or Michigan.
You can take the hood out of you can take the black out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the black. She's from Compton. She was raised in Compton, California.
Right, but I said place where she was born.
Well, she was born in
Michigan.
But raised in Compton?
It seems like it.
Oh, yeah? Amazing. I didn't know she was born in another city. Let me go to Olivia. A first-time caller out of Hawaii. Olivia, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Good morning, Jesse.
Hey, Olivia.
Hi. To respond to the two clips you just showed, I do love how kids always tell the truth.
Yep.
Always entertaining.
Yep. The little kid just said it. He wasn't angry. He just said it. It was amazing.
Yeah, we need to bring that back.
Yes, absolutely.
I have kind of a question, and I need some help.
Okay.
I'm kind of crazy, and I'm weak and really arrogant, and so it's really hard for me to kind of listen to men, because my mom ruined me, and it doesn't feel good to kind of accept that, but I'm doing my best to really listen to the men in my life. And I've been seeing this guy for about 9 months now, and he's 30 and I'm 23. And so it's kind of like a good age gap, because he is showing me a lot of things, but he mentioned your show 2 months in, and I went on my own to see it, and I kind of used that against him, and I'm extremely controlling and really I don't even know myself anymore, because some of the things I have done to him are really disturbing, because I don't even feel bad about it. And it's gone to the point where if he doesn't comply with listening to me, or I don't know. It's hard to explain, because it doesn't even feel like it's me, but basically it'll get to the point where I will physically attack him just to kind of get a thrill and get something out of talking to him. So he's really, really smart, and I am very attracted to him, but I don't like him at all. In fact, I hate him, and I've told him that. And so I kind of am a big problem, and I'm not really sure what to do. And overall, my question is, would God judge me if I walk away from the man that he put in my life?
So are you dating him, or are you married to him?
We are dating.
Oh, okay. So no, God does not judge. So he would never judge you, because God knows he already know that of all the stuff that you have done, it was never you. It was the spirit in your imagination and emotion that was driving and working through you. It was never you. So God would not judge you for that at all. Have you forgiven your mother?
Yes, I have, and I did maybe like month 6 of, or sorry, like 4 or 5 months ago, and my dad is kind of like, he's kind of emotional,
Yeah.
and so he cried, and I went and forgave my mom, and like she, I wasn't scared to do either because like I wasn't really close with either of my parents. But what was interesting when I forgave my mom, which I've been thinking about a lot recently, is she kind of acknowledged it and like understood what I meant, but she gave me like this long explanation of how she knew it was wrong, but then did it anyway. And so I kind of find myself in a similar situation with a guy.
You became just like your mother because you hated her. She made you angry as a kid, and the moment you became angry, you lost sight of reality, and you woke up in the darkness of your imagination. It's like you left home and went out into the wilderness, to the darkness, which is your imagination thought, and you've been living there ever since. But the beauty is, so do you understand me when I said no, God is not going to judge you at all, no matter what? It doesn't matter how low your life has been, or low life actions you've done. God does not judge you because he knows that it's not you. It's this thing that's driving your mother and driving you, the spirit of evil. You understand that?
I do understand. I didn't grow up Christian, and so it's hard for me to like understand that there is that God does love us, because I just wasn't growing up around that. That does make sense to me.
Well, don't worry about being a Christian. God is not about Christianity at all. He's not into the Christian thing. God is into the people who want to forgive, admit that they're angry as you're doing, that you have hatred. Anger is hatred, and which is evil. He want to help those who admit that they're evil and want to overcome, and he'll draw you back home. Once you drop the anger, he'll draw you back home to him. So don't worry about the Christian thing. Christians are lost too because they are into Christianity, and so they're lost. They're not into what they should be into. So forget about that. Now that you have admitted that you're evil and that something else is making you do this stuff, you're on your way now. You have forgiven your parents. Have you dropped the anger? I mean, not dropped the anger, but are you doing the silent prayer?
I want to say yes, but no, not intentionally every morning, every night.
And why not?
Because I think I am doing it wrong, and I've done it like on and off, but I noticed that when I was sitting down and like intentionally trying to do it, I was thinking about the thought of doing the silent prayer, and so I kind of realized like as I dropped that, then I was a little bit more opened up to what it really meant, but I kind of sensationalize a lot of things, so I'm trying to make it, I do take moments every day, it's hard early in the morning, but every night I do it, and then once in the evening I do the silent prayer, but I tend to sensationalize a lot of like the process of doing it, so I think it's just kind of limiting me, but I will do it.
Yeah, go back to it, stay with it. You're on your way. You have no idea how much you're on your way because you have admitted in your heart that you're evil, and there's something else that is making you do the things that you have done and are doing to your boyfriend, even to yourself, right? And because you're aware of that, you're on your way. Can you hold for me?
Yes, of course.
Let me take a quick break. 888-7753-773. A quick break. Back in a moment. Now, I totally disagree with the way things are going, but you can't be angry because that's what the enemy wants. He wants to control you. They do things to make you mad so they can control you. It's like being married. And the wife would do things to make you mad, or she'll do things to make you feel good. And men do that to women too when they want something from the woman, especially sex. They'll make her feel good or they'll make her angry. And the woman's gonna have to say, you don't wanna be angry. You wanna speak up. You wanna disagree with what's going on. It's wrong, but do not be angry. Then you won't have fear, you won't have doubt, you won't have worries. You'll be able to see, but you gotta stay away from anger. That's why you must forgive your mothers and your fathers so that you can overcome the spirit of anger. It's a spirit and it's wicked. Nothing good in anger because it has no love, folks. You need love to defeat evil. And love is not a weakness. It's a strength. It's from God. It's His nature. Okay, folks, welcome back. 888-77-JESSE. I want you to notice, and I haven't seen it yet, but I bet you if it's already not happening, it will happen. When the guy, Robert Davi, told the blacks the truth about the way they acted at the Super Bowl and they need to drop all that rap crap and hood mess, they're not going to see it as love. They're going to see it as hate. One or two might see it as love, but most of them are going to call them racist. They're going to call them names rather than seeing, you know what, this guy told me to prove, I appreciate him. They're not going to see it at that. But anyway, the hate report is coming up at the top of this hour. The hate, H-A-K-E, hakereport.com from 9 to 11. And after the hate report, Joel Friday TV, he black. Joel Friday TV. And after Joel Friday TV at 12 noon, the American Anchor Baby. And you can catch him on locals.
Rumble.com/American Anchor Baby.
Rumble. You got to know how to rumble. At 12 noon, energy everywhere. You think Rumble is rumbling, wait till the Anchor Baby here. It's going to rumble all over the place at 12 noon. All right? Check it out. And thank you all for your support. Don't forget to support our effort. We've been around 35 years now, Bond, rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. Go to rebuildingtheman.com/donate or call 800-411-BOND. We'll help you, so help us to help others. Get your Punchy coffee, and every dime, every penny of Punchy's coffee go right back to the organization, all right? Punchy, P-U-N-C-H-I-E, coffee. P-U-N-C-H-I-E''S, coffee. At rebuildingtheman.com/stores. rebuildingtheman.com/store. I want to go back to Olivia, a first-time caller out of Hawaii. She want to understand now what's going on with her. Olivia, do you So you're doing the right thing by admitting to yourself that you're evil and that something is wrong. You understand that?
Yes.
Now all you got to do is do the silent prayer, practice being present rather than lost in your thoughts. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. And just watch those thoughts and don't try to run away from them. Don't try to take them away from yourself. You can't do anything about it, but watch it. And the Spirit of the Father will take them away from you. Don't call them you ever again. Don't say, I'm mean, I'm angry, I'm lonely, I'm this. It's not you at all, so that you can stop identifying with them. They want you to identify with them so they can continue to live inside of you and control you. Evil lives in the minds of human beings, in the mind of human beings and in their hearts, right? So stop identifying with it. Don't call it you. And just let God take the spirit, the darkness away from you.
Absolutely. One thing that I've noticed is it's easy for me to like drop thoughts, but sometimes most of the time they turn into feelings that I hold within me. And so realizing that the feeling is inside of me and dropping that is like helping me a lot.
Absolutely.
But I really do see that all emotions are evil, because the only like positive good ones, or even all of them, like they're fake. They're not even, it's so bad. Like I get a positive feeling from doing wrong and doing the worst possible thing. And it's just that thrill that I'm chasing. So,
and that's the evil that is controlling every human being on earth, even the Christians. Because Christians have anger. They know the Bible, they go to church, they sing and pray, and they pray to the devil, but they think they're praying to God. They cry, they hoop and holler, they praise the Lord. But their hearts are wicked because they have not overcome, they have not dropped their anger, right? But it's the same spirit that's driving you to do the thing you have done and are doing. It's the same thing that's going on with every human being on the earth. There's not one that is not going through this. And there are only a few that would do what you are doing. They'll try to get out of this hell that they're in. They're seeking what's right, and they'll be fine. So you stay with it. Stop calling it you. And just know that it's a lie that God is judging you. God is not judging you no matter what you've done. He is not judging you because he knows that it's not you at all. You just don't know it's not you, but he does. And so when you get those emotions, and emotions are evil, and the world push emotions because the world, human beings are evil, just know the so-called good ones and the bad ones are both evil. They're not you. So let it pass. You'll be fine.
I have one more like quick question.
Okay.
Is it possible to make things work with this guy? If I'm like truly honest and like willing to drop all like anger around him?
Yes, but it's possible for it to work if you don't try to make it work. All you have to do is work on you. The evil that's in your mind and in your heart, emotions, all you got to do is work on that. Watch that and do that, and you'll become natural. And life will happen naturally. And if it meant for this thing to work with you and the boyfriend, it will work. It doesn't need your help. But if you try to make it work, you're going to screw it up. It's not going to work. Life works by itself. You are not, it is abnormal. It is wrong. It shows the lack of love to try to make a relationship work. You just work on you, and if he's working on himself, it's going to happen naturally if it's meant to be.
Hmm.
Don't ever try to make it work. It doesn't work when you try to make it work. Whomever told you that you're supposed to work on a relationship, they lied to you. That person was lost, and they told you a lie to keep you in hell.
Mm.
You just work on you, and when you're around this guy, notice what you're thinking and feeling. Don't call it you, and just be yourself around him. You'll be fine.
I kind of struggle with, like, I guess being myself because I tend to try to identify with so many things that I do or, like, want to do. And so most of the time he, like, calls me out on that, like, right away. And it irritates me because, like, I'm like, oh, how dare you, like, see through? How dare you see through me?
Yeah. And go ahead.
Oh, no, you go.
And when you say you have a difficult time being yourself, who are you trying to be?
At least a girl. Like, I pretend that I'm, like, so strong and, like, independent because feminism was, like, pushed on me as a kid, too. So I'm, like, I do try to, like, at least be a girl, but I'm so lost. Like, I don't know really who I am. I just know I'm angry.
And who is trying to be this girl to overcome feminism or feminist movement, whatever that crap was? Who is trying to be that?
Mm. I'm not too sure. Maybe, like, a part of me that's trying to prove that like a part of me is trying to prove that I can be either, like, full feminist or not at all. I'm not too sure.
And who are you?
I'm evil. I don't know.
You're right. You don't know who you are. You know a false identity because you escaped into your imagination when you were traumatized by your mother. You escaped into your imagination. You lost your innocence, your presence with God. You went into your imagination, and you don't know who you are. So don't try to be anyone or anything. Just do your work, go to a job, do your work if you have a job, and just watch those thoughts and feelings. And when you find yourself lost in the feelings, just know you're in thought and become aware of that. It will change by itself. So don't even try to overcome being deceived by this feminist movement. Don't try to be a girl. Don't try to be anything. And you will be made to become one. You will be made to be whole. You will become you again. It will be amazing. But if you try to be someone or whatever, you're going to say you would never be yourself again because you're trying to make, it's a spiritual battle. There's nothing you can do about it. And you're playing God trying to be something or someone.
Hmm.
You give up all that and just watch those thoughts. Give up all your ideas about who you should be, who you are. Don't even call yourself, you've admitted you're evil. Don't call yourself that anymore either because it's not in you. It's not you, but it's the spirit in you. And those demons are working overtime, especially now that you're waking up. They're going to have to, if you stay with it, they're going to have to depart from your mind and your body because the reason that human beings are evil is because their hearts are evil, right? And these spirit made a home in them and it's dry them. They live in them. And the human beings think that they are the spirits. They are the evil ones, but it's not. So don't call yourself that. Don't try to be anything. You just work on by watching those thoughts, you'll be fine. And then whatever, your boyfriend is working on himself?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Well, he's going to understand this. And so when you're acting out and he call it out, and the spirit go, who are you to tell me who I am? Who are you to call me evil, right? That's not you screaming. That's those demons. They don't want your boyfriend to tell you that because they don't want you to be reminded that it's not you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not you that's feeling the pain. Even though you feel the pain in your body, it's not your pain and it's not you. You're not your body. And it's not you that's screaming in your imagination, he's trying to tell me what to do. He can't tell me I'm evil, blah, blah, blah. It's not you, so stop calling that you.
Okay.
You just got, who will you be if you stop thinking?
I'd be a lot more peaceful. For sure.
And that's another idea, but you don't know that for sure, but that's the truth. So I want you to stop thinking. Just think about going to work, making your dinner, and blah, blah, blah. And when you're around your boyfriend, don't try to be anything. Just live your life with him, around him, and when you're with him. But don't try to be right. Don't try to be anything, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
So stop calling yourself good or evil. Stop calling yourself anything. It is not you. I promise you. I absolutely promise you it's not you at all.
Mm. Thank you, Jesse.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Which is easier for you to believe? That you are a sinner or all your sins have been forgiven?
All my sins have been forgiven.
That's right. So God is not going to judge you. You're free. The real you is free. This fake you is what's enslaved, and you think the fake you is you. Your thoughts and your feelings is not you at all.
Mm. I see that to be so true.
Yeah.
I really only ever get, like I've never really been like an angry person, at least to like
Yes.
what I thought I am now before meeting him. But I only really ever get the thoughts and feelings when I'm around him because my desire to control him and like have something from being around him is like overwhelming.
And what that is, the darkness in you hate the light in him. And so the darkness is trying to destroy the light in him. But you think it's you trying to destroy him, but it's not you. And even the thrills that you're getting from it, it's not you. It feels like the thrills of you. You feel good when you think you hurt him. You feel good when you yell at him, when you embarrass him. It's just a thrill, but the thrill is not you.
Mm. Wow.
So stop calling it you. The real you have never done anything wrong in your whole life. You cannot do wrong because all of your sins have been wiped away. You're neither guilty or innocent. You're neither right or wrong. You're neither a sinner nor a saint. You're neither nothing that you think that you are. So let all thoughts pass, let all your ideas pass, and you'll be free.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jesse.
And if your boyfriend is working on himself, he's going to understand that. So when you are around him, and because you are working on yourself, you get angry or something, he's not going to take it personal. He will point it out, but he's not going to take it personal. And when he pointed out and the demons scream, don't call it you. It's the demons screaming in you because they don't want you to see them.
Mm. They
want you to think it's you.
Yeah. When he does call it out in me, like, it's strange because, like, sometimes when I'm doing, I guess, like, out externally, I'm, like, pretending to drop it.
Yes.
But I still have it. Like, will that go away?
Yes. Don't pretend. You just notice it's happening inside of you. And don't do a pretense or anything. Just watch it, watch it, and watch it. And the light, because it's the Father who is allowing you to see it right now. It's God, because you welcome the truth, is allowing you to see that not you, the false identity, the false life, that it's God. He's already with you. He's allowing you to see it. So don't pretend, and try not to yell out, scream out. When I say that, don't be going off on this guy. But if you do, just, hey, you know what? I'm wrong. I'm sorry. And if he correct you, just know the pain you feel from the correction is not you. Just work on you and don't pretend anything.
Okay.
And if you do the silent prayer, practice staying present, you won't have to pretend. You're going to be fine. But you got to do the prayer during the day. You practice when you're caught up in your head, thinking about the past or the future. Let that pass. Come back. Realize your body. Your body is always present. So be aware of your body and just practice being present. And I promise you, and it's not me doing it, but I'm telling you, the Father will take care of the daughter. You are a prodigal daughter, and the prodigal daughter is being drawn back home to the Father. When you're overcoming your thoughts, you're overcoming the wilderness, the wildness out there in the crazy world. You're overcoming that.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much, Jesse.
Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with it. Let me know how it goes, all right?
Yes, I'd like to call back.
At any time.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You are amazing.
Amazing. And just know that God, you can only see the truth if God revealed the truth to you. No one else can unless God revealed it. I can't make you see the truth. No one on earth can make you see the truth. But when I speak the truth, it's the Father in you that's confirming, oh, that makes sense. And that's why you know it makes sense. He is allowing you to see that. So he's with you.
Thank you.
All right. I wish you well.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesse. I wish you well, too.
Thank you. Take care now.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Amazing. So before I go to the calls here, some of you know about Elon Musk. And that Elon Musk is shaking up America. He and Trump, the great white hope. They're shaking up America. And the children of the lie are having a hissy fit. And I noticed that in mostly Democrats, maybe one or two Republicans, and then leading the way are blacks, like preachers, black politicians, because they have gained so much money over the years and perceived power by making the blacks believe that their problem is racism and that the white people try to hold them back, so they need more programs, they need affirmative action, they need reparation, they need this. And these black preachers and politicians and other people like Al Sharpton and all that, Maxine Waters, they have gained a lot over the years, 70 years or so. They have gained a lot of money from these programs. The money, and I've always said that the money end up in the pockets of these people who push the idea that racism exists. And now that Elon Musk is really shaking it up. He's shaking up and rinsing it out and hanging on the clothesline so it can clean out. And the blacks and the liberal whites, the government, they are all having a fit. Almost to the point that it sounds like, I'm not accusing because I don't know for sure, almost like they're threatening violence. Don't touch our money. They have been living high off the hog with this lie about racism. And there's now DEI, right? And Elon Musk, they hate Elon. It's funny how they used to love Elon in the same way they used to love Donald Trump. The devil loves his own. And so I want to know from you, does it sound like this black preacher, pastor, does it sound like he is inciting violence? Does it sound like it to you? I don't want to read anything into it. This is from Newsweek. A pastor in Tennessee appeared to call for violence toward Elon Musk during his Sunday sermon following efforts by Doge to access information about, access information held by the United States Treasury. Watch this from X.
And in this nation, I'm worried that we are on the verge of bloodshed. This is an attempt to take us back to a day that we do not want to go and we will not go. Therefore, there will be conflict. I pray that the peace of God will win out and overcome the madness that is attempting to take over this nation. And I will say to you, beloved, no one likes violence, but sometimes violence is necessary. When Elon Musk forces his way into the United States Treasury and threatens to steal your personal information and your Social Security check, there is a possibility of violence. Sometimes the devil will act so ugly that you have no other choice but to get violent and fight. Well, someone might say, now, Reverend, you shouldn't be talking about violence. This isn't the Christian thing to do. Well, I will say, why not talk this way? Because Jesus did. Jesus said in this key verse, didn't it? The kingdom of heaven suffers what? Violence. And the who? The violent take it by force. The kingdom of God is a war zone. It is a battlefield. You did know this, right?
Does it sound to you that this guy is inciting violence? And all in the name of Jesus. They fighting over that check. Don't take my check. Remember when we used to wait at the door for the mailman to come so you could get your check? Black people love their check. One thing about the blacks, they love violence. That's why every other race are afraid of them. This guy is black, and it sounds like, to me, he's encouraging violence. I could be wrong, but don't touch that check. Where's my check? You fight the mailman if he didn't bring your check on the first. Black people love their free checks. This man is lying about Jesus' side of violence. Black people, you got to stop loving violence. It's hurting you more than you think it's hurting others. Inside of violence, it goes against God. God is not into violence. Jesus is not into violence. According to Matthew 9, blessed are the peacemakers. They shall be recognized as children of God. Blessed are the peacemakers. Where's the violence in that? Blessed are the peacemakers. They shall be recognized as children of God. Romans 12:18. As much as possible, and to the utmost of your ability, be at peace with everyone. He said, fight over your check. Be at peace with everyone, as much as possible. And Romans 12:21, do not be mastered by evil. That is so deep, I don't know what to do. You're going to need more than Sharma. Do not be mastered by evil, but master evil with good. Do not be mastered by evil, but master evil with good. That's deep. This guy is black and he stand up in a church. Sound as though he's encouraging violence against Elon Musk over chat. And you wonder why blacks are so violent, why the blacks are so violent. Not only have they gotten it from their mamas, they become like their mama and grandma. They're hearing it from the black preachers. And this has been going on for years. What will the black so-called representatives do if Elon Musk and Donald Trump manage to clean up the government where all this so-called program money been going out and then ended up with them? Where would they be if they didn't have those programs? And this is the first time in my lifetime, maybe it happened before, and I'm not aware, that I've really seen anyone who promised to do something about cleaning up government, and they're fighting hard to keep their word about it. You voted for them, and they're finally keeping their word. And then I'm looking at the Democrats and the liberal media fighting against what's best for the country. It must be personal. 888-775-3773. Then we go to Canada and talk to Frederick, first-time caller. Frederick, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jesse.
Hey,
Thank you for I'm very honored for you to take my call. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So my question has more to do with relationships.
Yes, sir.
I think you're an expert in relationships. Basically, I'm 41 years old. I am engaged to this 41-year-old woman, and she was married before. She has no kids. She wants kids. And I was in a relationship before, and I have 2 kids out of wedlock. And you know, I was really, really beta. I mean, I was as beta as it gets because, you know, the mother of my children, I'm grateful that she gave me those children, but she's 9 years older than me. Okay?
Wow. You made baby with your mama.
Oh, my God.
What a beta.
So, and Jesse, you have to understand, she put me through hell.
Of course.
Okay?
Yeah.
Court dates. She wanted to take the kids back to her country. And I mean, it was a deep, and that was like 6 years ago. So that was like a deep, you know, period in my life, like a dark period, you know, but it was also very rewarding. But anyway, I got 50-50 custody with her. The judge rejected her request to get full custody and all that. But it's still a struggle, you know. So now I'm meeting this woman, and I'm, you know, I quote unquote love her. I'm in lust with her. I don't know. I've been following her content recently, so I think it's lust, but you know, who knows? But and yeah, we've been together for almost 2 years. We don't live together. We've had sex, but we've agreed not to have sex anymore. And you know, I've been following your content recently, and I did, you know, the homework, you know, what you talked about forgiveness. I have forgiven my mother. It really, really helped me. It really, really, really helped me.
Yeah.
And I've also, you know, my father, I never knew my father. He's deceased since 2004. He did. And and since 2004, so I forgave him on paper, you know, as if I was talking to him on paper, and then I read it out loud just to, and yeah, so now I'm engaged to this woman, and she really wants babies. I have a vasectomy, and I don't mind reversing my vasectomy. I was going to do it anyway, whether or not she was going to be in my life or not. But now, ever since I've been listening to you, honestly, we've had problems. She's very Catholic. Okay. She really wants me to go to church, us to go to church every Sunday. Okay. That's fine. But now when I tell her, okay, so, I mean, who's going to be the head of our family? Now there's a problem because she wants to get, you know, she wants equal, you know, the decisions making is going to be equal and stuff like that. And we just find ourselves arguing just about everything. For example, and for silly things, it's not like big things. It's for silly things. For example, I watched one of your clips and one time, and it was about, exchanging gifts at Christmas.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't want to exchange gifts at Christmas. It's ridiculous. We don't need it. Okay,
Right.
We already have obligations to my children, and then to her family, and why should we exchange gifts? So, but she's fighting that. I mean, she's just literally fighting everything, and I also find a lot of immature behavior from her. For example, when she's upset, she just hangs up on me, and silly little things like that, and. We've just been arguing over and over again, and I really wonder, Jesse, if I really love this woman, and I realize I don't know, I'm starting to realize I don't have love to give her. Do I think she would make a good mother? Yes.
Why do you think that?
I'm sorry?
Why do you think that?
Why do I say that?
Yeah. Hold on, buddy. Hold on, Frederick. I want to go quickly back to Frederick out of Canada, a first-time caller. And Frederick is dating this woman who's been married before, and Frederick has never been married. And Frederick has some children by a woman he dated for a while who is way older than him, and she gave him the blues about his children. And now he's dating this woman, and he's wondering if he should marry her. They are now fighting. And he's still wondering if he should marry her. So I want to understand. Frederick.
Yes.
And so you and this woman been married before. You're now fighting. You have children you dated some woman that was how old? How many years older than you?
9 years.
Oh, wow. And how old are your children with her?
8 and 7.
And why did this woman break up with her husband?
Well, she says that he left.
Do you blame him?
And I'm sorry?
Do you understand now why he left?
Damn. Yeah, well, well.
But anyway,
yeah,
she said he left and what?
Well, he left because she says she doesn't understand why he left.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she says. And he left for another woman. And
do you blame him?
I'm sorry?
Do you blame him now that you're seeing what she's like?
I don't think she's that bad, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, we argue. I think she can be very argumentative, but she can be very, very she can admit when she's wrong. And she so she has some kind of, she's not that bad, honestly.
She ain't that bad.
Well, here's the thing too, because there's been things like when we first started dating. When the question arose for having children, she said she wanted to adopt or she wanted to have the biological kids. She preferred biological. I told her I had a vasectomy and everything. And I remember last year, one time, we were talking about that, and I said to her, and it was during a tense moment, and I said, you're just with me because you want kids. And Jesse, she lost it. I've never been afraid of a woman before, not even my ex. I was afraid of her, and she almost hit me. She hit the walls. She went hysterical, this and that. And I left her place. I was at her place. And, and so long story short, she came to my place. I didn't want her to come in, so we went to the subway to talk because I wasn't going to let her in. And anyway, we talked it out, and I said, this can never happen again, blah, blah, blah. She saw a psychologist for a couple of months, and nothing like that ever happened, in a year, right? But it's still, it's still there. It's still, I have to take note of that.
And yes,
you know what
she
I mean?
ain't that bad. You're afraid of her. She's scared to scare you. And she ain't that bad.
You think so?
No, you said.
well, yeah. Well, she isn't that bad. Yeah. She is.
How
she
bad
hasn't
does
been
it
that
have
bad.
to get for it to be bad to you?
Yeah.
No, that was a question.
Oh. Well, you know, how bad does it have to get? Look, I don't know. It's just, you know, because I told her, I said, and we saw a priest here too. We talked, you know, to a priest, but you know, she's like, I told her, you know, what I would be concerned with is that sometimes these women, they hit the man, then they call the police saying that he hit her. You know what I mean? This kind of domestic violence stuff, and it's like, I don't want to have. Look, I lived in hell before. I do not want to live in hell again.
But you walking right into hell, and you act as though you don't see it.
Yeah. I really like her, Jesse. I really do. I like that. Yeah. I speak like a woman. Jesus Christ.
Wait.
But Jesse, I'm sorry. But I like her, Jesse. I think she's a good. I know you said there's no such thing as a good woman. Okay.
But you think she's a good woman?
She has some good in her, yes.
And what good does she have in her?
She is loyal.
Loyal to what?
I know, like, she doesn't mess around with other men. She doesn't like. She's not one of those, you know, she posts you know, Instagram posts in bikinis and stuff, and you know, she is for, you know, no sex before marriage. We didn't do it because I was a quote unquote slut maker.
How old are you, Frederick?
41.
And how old are your children?
8 and 7.
And how old is this woman?
41.
Frederick, what is wrong with you that have you proposed to her already?
Yes, I'm engaged to her. But given the arguments that we've had, we decided, I said, no, we're not ready to get married yet. So we were supposed to get married on April 26th, and we just scratched it because I said we're not ready.
But Frederick, what is wrong with you that you see the hell before you even get into it, and yet you allow the hell to convince you it ain't that bad? What do you think going to happen when you marry this woman? You're going to end up in jail before you even know it.
Yeah, that's what. That's yeah.
But what is wrong with you? Why can't you see that? And I'm asking a question I already know the answer to. But why can't you see this woman has already been married before? You've never been married. Why would you want to marry a woman that's already been married, who is not with the man? And you see how difficult, according to you, she is already. You see the trouble to come. We tell you that's why the other man left her. Why would you walk into the same hell?
Well, why would I walk in the same hell? Because I don't see it, I guess.
You do see it.
Yeah.
You just lean it out. Why are you saying you don't see it?
Well, because I also see the good side. Like
what? What's good about her?
She's responsible.
How's that good?
Well, because she's reliable. You know,
reliable on what?
Well, you know, she when I don't know, when we're supposed to meet, she you know, she's there. She's just consistent.
What's good about that? Satan is consistent too. Look what he's doing to you already. He consistently deceives you.
Yeah, but I have to say, her ex wants to get back with her. She has 3 exes. Okay, she was married, then she had 2 other boyfriends after, and all 3, they want to get back with her.
And so, because they love the hell just like you love it, they love the thrill. They love the thrill of the hell. And what does that have to do with you?
I don't know, Jeff. I just want to fix it. Like, I just want to.
You want to fix what?
Well, we had a good relationship since. We had like.
You've never had a good relationship. No such thing. It was always bad. It was just good feelings, thrills, and now you have bad feelings, thrills. It's all the same. It's all evil. Never been good.
Okay, but what would be good a relationship then?
Why not leave her and let those other men that want her back, let them have her? How do you know they want her back?
Because like her ex texted her at like 3 a.m. one time, like the start of our relationship.
How do you know about that?
Because she showed me.
Why would she show you something like that?
Because my ex was also texting me, not the mother of my children, the one after. Like it's like we told each other we were going to tell, whenever the ex, if the exes ever tried to contact us again, we would say it to each other.
And does that make you want her more because you think these guys want her?
Yeah, I guess a little, because it tells me, okay, at least maybe she was, maybe they regret their decisions and they see now how good of a woman she was.
What's good about her?
Well, it's like I said, I think she's.
So first of all, does that make sense that this woman showed you that her ex want her back, and it made you want her more, knowing that you're getting into evil? Does that make sense that you would want her more because they want her back?
Well, I don't think she does it out of to make me jealous.
Does that make sense that you want her more, thinking that they want her back?
Wow, it kind of does a little bit. No, it tells, but it tells me that they may regret their decisions and they think back on the relationship and they realize, oh, she was, a good woman. I know there's no such thing as a good woman, but
where are you getting those ideas from?
Myself.
And who's yourself is telling who that? You?
Whose self is telling me that?
Yes. You said you're getting those ideas from yourself, right?
Yeah.
And then yourself is telling who is yourself talking to?
I guess the devil. I don't know. I don't know who is myself talking to. I have no idea. It's just I'm trying to rationalize it.
You know what you're doing? You're doing what every human being does. You listen to the devil, and the devil is giving you one idea after another one. Oh, this is not so bad. Do this. Yeah. Look at how this. And you're consulting with evil, and evil is laughing at you every time you listen to it because it knows it's making a fool of you.
Right. Yeah. And also, like, she really pressures me to have children now, and it's like that because I just feel I'm her last hope for children. You know what I mean? She's 41.
But how can you be her last hope? She's been married before, and you said she had other boyfriends, and these guys want her back. How is that her last hope?
Well, because she's 41.
But she can take one of those guys back and make babies. How is that her last hope? Where are you getting that idea from?
Yeah. Okay, I guess
that was a question.
Yeah. I guess the devil. I guess that's where I get the ideas from. And I'm trying to convince myself, I would like to fix it, but I'm just trying to convince myself, I guess.
But how can you fix? You can't even fix your own life. Look how screwed up you are in your life. How are you going to fix someone else's life when you can't fix your own?
Yeah, I think I've fixed it a little bit. My life, I think I've been doing well since. I've been lucky, though. So
do you sound right now, this idea of marrying a crazy woman that you know is crazy, nothing but trouble, pressing you for kids, and you think you have fixed that?
Jesus. Yeah. No.
What?
I'm trying to find a solution. I'm trying to and if.
But how are you,
know,
trying to find a solution? You're trying to find a solution to get deeper into it. You're not trying to find a solution to get away from hell.
Right. Right. I just don't want to make the wrong.
You feel sorry for her?
For not like I would like to give her kids. Yeah.
Why? You already have kids.
Yeah, I know.
All she's gonna do is give you more hell and the same trouble you're getting with this other woman that has your children.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned with. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want hell. Like I do not. I've lived it. No.
You do want hell. You love hell. You love pain. Because if you didn't, you would walk away from a situation that's so obvious that you should not get involved with. And you're listening to the devil, and you think it's you, and you're allowing it to convince you to go into hell again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but and it's funny because honestly, I've forgiven. I did what I've watched your content, and I've did what you said, and honestly, we've been having those problems ever since I started watching your content. But it's like I told you this yesterday. I said, I feel so much better now about myself now, because last week I actually went to my mom and forgave her the way that you suggested. And honestly, thank you. I just want to thank you for this, Jesse, because I really resented my mom. I really, really, really resented her. And I told her this yesterday, my girlfriend, I said, my fiance, who knows, but, that I really feel better about myself, but I really feel, crappy about the relationship now. I really do. Like, I don't know. There's just something, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel good. Honestly, I just feel good. And I've been following your teachings and stuff. But now I'm just like at a crossroad with this relationship. I don't know if I really want to be in it. I do know.
You do know.
Yeah.
But you won't do it because you're listening to evil.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Are you doing my silent prayer?
Yes. It's basically a meditation practice. That's what I really like. Yeah.
It's not a meditation. It's observation.
Okay. Yeah. And what's the difference?
It sounds like people who meditate, they hold on to things. They hold on to their thoughts or whatever. You want to observe those thoughts.
Okay. Yeah. But I've been doing it. Yes.
Fred, because of time.
Sure.
It's hard. If I didn't understand, I would not understand why you're doing what you're doing. But you listen. Have you heard me say that all thoughts are all lies all the time about anything?
Yes.
Well, why can't you see you're listening to thoughts right now?
Yeah.
That was a question.
You're right.
No, that was a question.
Why I can see that I'm listening to thoughts right now? Because I'm unaware. Because I'm maybe in denial.
Absolutely.
In denial, I guess.
And this woman is showing you that you should not. You're getting into hell, and you can't walk away from it because you listen to thoughts and emotions, and it's pulling you down into hell. And then when you marry this woman, all hell gonna break loose. And the devil gonna laugh at you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and there's only gonna be me to blame. Like I have to look in them. I can't even blame her.
And then the devil gonna tell you to get a vasectomy. Go and redo your vasectomy, and you're gonna make a baby with this woman. And then she's gonna take your children, and the devil gonna laugh again.
Yeah.
Every time you listen to thought, the devil laugh at you because you're going to always make the wrong decision. You'll follow your imagination. There's no truth in thoughts and emotions.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
If you marry this woman, you deserve what you get because you're going to catch pure hell.
Jesus. Oh, yeah, okay. I get it. Jesse, just one last thing.
And you all, the devil is telling you that, she's good. There's some good things. She show up on time. How's that good? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
She's consistent, the devil tell you. And you're like, oh, that's good.
But she's like really Catholic. Like she's really like.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And my ex, the mother of my, she was like a Bible. Now I realize how much a Bible thumper she was. That's the thing. I always stumble upon women that are so like religious, but then in their actions, it's like, what the hell, you know? Like, what is that? It's like my ex, same thing. Like mother of my children. It's like she all go to church every Sunday.
The problem with you, not with her. She got her own problem, but the problem with you.
Yeah, that's true.
You are your own world. You are listening to evil, and falling for it. You're creating your own problems by listening to evil.
Yeah. Okay, I know the answer. It's okay. I'm gonna deal with it. I'm gonna deal with it. Yeah. Thank you, Jesse.
You're gonna do what?
I'm gonna deal with it. I'm gonna deal with it.
Deal with what?
I'm gonna do it. Well, I'm gonna have to eventually. I'm gonna have to end the relationship. Like I have to be clear. I have to be clear in myself, in my head. That about everything, and I'm going to have to...
But why are you letting the devil show you that this woman is evil, and then you let the devil tell you, oh, but she's good. Oh, there's something good about her. She knows how to wash dishes. What is...
Well, because everybody has good and bad in them.
No, they don't.
Like,
everybody don't have good and bad in them. They have all evil or they have all good. You can't have both.
Really?
Really?
Okay.
You're calling evil good. Just because she show up on time, you call that good. That's evil.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Jesus. Okay. I get it. Yeah. I just got to be clear. Yeah. I don't want to be a beta again in my own home. Like, forget it. Like, I'm done.
But she already know you're a beta.
Oh, yeah. And plus, you keep saying never, ever, ever, ever tell a woman your problems.
Yes.
Jesse, she knows all of my problems. All of them.
Man.
I'm screwed.
And yet you want to marry her. She's been married before. You see the hell in her. She knows all of your problems, and you still want to marry her.
I didn't realize. I thought I was less beta. I think I'm less than before. But I'm getting there. I'm getting, Well, thank you, Jesse. I don't know what to say.
I recommend that you work on yourself, man. You do the silent prayer. You watch those thoughts so you can stop worshiping the devil. You're getting all those thoughts from evil. None of those thoughts are your own. None of them. And you need to work on yourself. Do what you want. But the last thing you need is to be married right now. You got problems you haven't even resolved yet.
Mm-hmm.
And you already have children.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think I just wanted a family too, like a united family.
This woman already see your weakness. She hates you already. She know all your problems. Men don't tell women their problems. That's a major weakness.
Yeah. Plus, she's Colombian. Like, she's a Canadian citizen. But she's really a Colombian. Like, so she's not used to, like, she's more used to the macho kind of men. You know what I mean? Like, and so
a macho man is still a weak man. That's why she's...
Yeah. Right. It can be also weekend. Yeah.
Anyway, Frederick, I got to run.
Yeah, sure.
Well, baby.
Oh, my God, no. All right. Thank you, Jesse, for your time, okay?
Frederick,
have a good...
practice staying present, staying out of your head. All thoughts are all lies all the time. And no such thing. You can't be good and bad. You're either all evil or you're all good. And so do the silent prayer, watch your thoughts, and do what you want. I would recommend, you already know you should not marry this woman. And I don't know why you need anyone to tell you that you shouldn't, but I do know why. But you're listening to evil, and evil is setting you up for total destruction. This woman will destroy you. She's already put fear in you. You had to run from her house.
That's true. That's true. I'm afraid. Yeah, there's a part of me who's afraid. That's true. That's so true. I don't want to piss her off too much, but that's bad. Because I don't know how she's going to react. Is she just going to flip? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Of course she will.
Yeah, that's bad. That's as beta as it gets.
And yet, you will consider marrying her.
Yeah. 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 Okay, that's a lot to take. I'm going to digest this.
Let me know how it goes.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you very much for your time.
What a mess!
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Have you ever wondered why people can't hear the truth? Well, according to Matthew 13:19, when someone hears the word of the kingdom without understanding, the evil one come and carry off what was sown in his heart. The evil one come and take it away, right? In his heart, what was sown in his heart. This is the seed sown on the edge of the path. Have you ever noticed that when you do hear the truth, right away the thoughts, which are Satan, which are evil, they say, oh no, that's not true. You don't need that. Oh no, it's not. Don't believe that. And they make you doubt, or they tell you don't need it, or no, and you get mad at the truth. But if you believe the truth, you would get on that path and you would stay there. But because you listen to thought, which are evil, which is of your father the devil, he robbed you right away. Or he tell you, oh, you don't need to go back to that church. You don't need that truth. Don't do the silent prayer. Don't be still and be with God. Don't be present. You don't want to return to the Father by overcoming the imagination, the illusion, and you believe it, and you stop. That's why people can't hear the truth.
The Lord says, it is done. For I hear victory, 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 victory in the corridors of heaven. In the corridors of heaven, victory, 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 victory. For angels are being released right now. Angels are being dispatched right now. Hamanda aka ata raka teda baka sanda ata ambo osa kata rite eke banda ata rike shata. For angels have even been dispatched from Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. From Africa right now. They're coming here. They're coming here. In the name of Jesus from South America. They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here.
Is that a joke, that guy walking by?
I don't know.
He went that way reading a book with a towel and went back the other way. What a mess! That's what the president, according to this report, he picked this woman to be a spiritual advisor. Oh, God! This must be a joke. Or not true. It has to be a joke. Or to get the women vote, the so-called Christian women voters. What a mess! Another thing I noticed that is prevalent now, that was not happening when men were men, boys were boys, and men were men. I notice now when men go to work, they take their wives everywhere they go. I'm looking at J.D. Vance must be a beta, the vice president, when it comes to his wife, because he's traveling around the world. Everywhere he go, she's there, and they're dragging these little young kids along with him. He appears to have 3 children with her, and she's going with him with the kids on her hip. And it's over Germany right now, I believe. And then we getting off the plane. It's snowing like 90 going north. I believe it's Germany. And cold. And here she is with the kids, little kids, on her hip. And JD out there trying to do his work as vice president. Why doesn't he make her stay home with those kids? Why does she have to be there? Dragging those kids around like that rather than being home homeschooling them or something. And I think she's supposed to be a lawyer, so ain't no way JD gonna make her stay home. It looked like JD is a beta when it comes to his wife. I notice a lot of preachers do the same thing. They make their wives vice preachers and all that, and she has to go everywhere they go because they are too afraid to make her stay home and watch over the house and raise the kids and make breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and clean the house. She got to be with him. And JD's doing. Have you noticed that about JD, Nick?
Totally. And
what's she doing? She ain't gonna be talking to the dignitaries.
He asked because he can't tell her to stay home.
Huh?
It has to be because he can't tell her to stay home.
I'm sure that's what it is. Amazing.
But I can't say I caught it like you did. I'm really seeing it now. But I totally see him with Usha everywhere.
Yeah, I saw it. So I recognized it when he was campaigning. And then when they won, she was there every night, every day it appears with him. And now he's traveling to try and do his job, go to work. She's right there. And it's not like the kids are adults or teenagers. They're little children. And she's walking around with them. Is she a Mexican?
She's Indian.
Oh, she was walking
Usha.
around with the kids on her hip.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Usha now that you mention it.
He needed to leave Usha at home to raise the children while the man go to work. But I bet you can't make Usha stay home. I'm telling you, folks, if you want to be free, and you can, you got to come out of your prison, out of your hell. You got to come out of the prison of your imagination and emotions. Emotions are evil. I was talking to a guy yesterday in counseling, and he is about to graduate or going through training to be a worker at like a drug and rehab place, a counselor and things like that. And he was telling me that, now I forgot the exact amount, percentage, but something like 80 to 90% or 70 to 80% of counseling and therapy is female. That these females are coming out of these schools as counselors and therapists and all that, and they are destroying the people by telling them that emotions are good. They encourage emotions rather than overcome it. And it's having a very negative impact on especially men today. I told you every time you listen to the woman, you're going to suffer. But no, what do you push? The woman to be your leader. Demons fighting demons. And speaking of demons fighting demons, that was according to NBC News News 10 NBC, that was a heated debate at the Penfield School Board meeting. Did y'all hear about this? It was over a controversial book, The Rainbow Parade, on Tuesday. And the book featured illustrations that some parents found inappropriate for elementary school students. Watch this from from 10 NBC News.
If you think that that's appropriate for children to see, then there's something wrong with you. You need to have mental
a mental evaluation. There's no reason this should be in the schools whatsoever.
This is the book that brought a rare packed house to Penfield's Board of Education meeting Tuesday night. It's called The Rainbow Parade and tells the story of a young girl and her two moms going to an LGBT pride event. It features illustrations like this and this, which some Penfield parents say is unacceptable at an elementary school.
You can see the guy, his butt is clearly out, and then if you go over on this side of the picture, there's two guys standing in bondage. Yeah, and then there's another picture and further down the book where the guy's standing there and he has naked and he has balloons in front of his privates.
The board said if parents had an issue with learning material, their policy is that people can object in writing to the superintendent before recessing early due to interrupting parents.
Right. We have the policy in place, right? The procedures in place to object. Excuse me.
One parent said, according to this report, one parent wasn't opposed to the book. Can you imagine that? Watch this.
While other parents are welcoming different viewpoints within their children's school.
So I'm a parent in the district. I have a graduate of Penfield, and then I have 3 kids who go to Indian Landing Elementary. I found it to be completely inoffensive. Sometimes I think the loudest voice in the room doesn't speak for everybody, and there are many, many parents in this district who really believe that a safe and welcoming environment for our kids is an incredibly important aspect of their educational freedom.
The board left before hearing public comment, but parents who came to tonight's meeting still voiced their concerns after they left. Tom Kowalski, News 10 NBC.
So why don't you just love your kids enough to just take them out of the public school? That's all you have to do. And either homeschool them or take them to a private school. The public school need competition. Really. Don't argue with them. Just take your children out and leave the school to the evil ones. Don't argue with the devil. Never argue with the devil in your own imagination and the devil inside of others. Just take your kids out. This is why you need school vouchers, so that when they come up with this crap and you don't approve of it, you say, okay, y'all go ahead with your mess. I'll take my kids somewhere else. The problem is, a lot of mothers don't love their children, and they don't want to homeschool their kids. They're like, what do you mean? I got to go to work and be like my husband. I got to be equal to the man. It's boring being, I don't get recognition from staying home and raising the children. That's the problem. I remember when they had the Chinese virus situation, and the kids had to stay home, and the mothers had to stay home and raise and watch over the children. They didn't like over the children. They didn't like that at all. They were ticked. They wanted to go to work and feel like they were accomplishing something, recognition. Parents don't love their children. I was looking at J.D. Vance, how he's allowed his wife to travel around everything with him. He had 3 little children. And she doesn't love those children enough to stay home and watch over this man's children while he go to work. She got to go with him. No, it's not. If she's at home, who's going to recognize her as JD's wife? There's no ego fun in that. And if you think that's bad, ACLU is teaming up with transgender activists to sue Donald Trump over his policy requiring biological sex on passports. Watch this from X.
It's official, y'all. I am working with the ACLU to sue the Trump administration. Now, you're probably wondering, why on earth am I suing Donald Trump? Well, you may or may not have seen this video that went kind of viral. So yes, I'm a transgender woman. I applied to renew my passport and have it marked as female, and they refused, and they sent it back to me as male. He does not get to tell me who I am. Only I do. And now I'm at high risk of something bad happening to me if I were to travel abroad. This policy is dangerous, and it is unfair to every single trans, non-binary, or intersex person that there is. So
is that a male? That's a male?
That's a male.
What the?
Could you imagine getting your passport back and you're this person that says M? It's a big old M on that.
Talking about having mama spirit. He's all the way in mama. What the? The mama spirit, everywhere. The mama identity. If only the trans people understood, and if they were to just drop their anger for their mothers, the mama spirit, which is not her spirit, will leave and they could be man again. What the? Instead of trying to make somebody else accept it as a norm, oh, he want a passport that said woman. Y'all better watch out, man. Y'all on these apps trying to get these people. Thomas is out of Georgia, on my mind. Thomas, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
How you doing, sir?
All is well.
So I'll try to make this quick. So I called a while ago and early on learned about the forgiving stuff. I've done all that. I have no anger towards my parents at all. We all get along. So that's not the problem at all. But
speak up a little bit, Thomas.
Oh yeah, can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So that's not the problem at all. It's not anger towards my mom or anything. The thing I'm struggling with is I'm 22. I'm in college, right? And technically I have a disease. They call it a disease. I don't like acknowledging it as a disease, but a chronic illness that I've had since 12 years old. But my past and stuff is, in my opinion, I just haven't had a good time, honestly, with a lot of different things. But I don't think about the past. My question is, I do the silent prayer, right? It's hard when you have an actual thing that ends up landing you in the hospital multiple times a year. You can watch your thoughts and everything, but then when your body starts deteriorating randomly, and I'm on a bunch of meds that they say has all these crazy side effects, and I try not to think about that too much because then I get kind of anxious about it. But I'll end up in the hospital stuff, and I'm trying to graduate college, and I get super frustrated, even though I know it's not me getting frustrated, but it's almost how can you just watch your thoughts when you have a actual physical ailment that ends up landing you in the hospital? Does that make sense?
It does. It really does. What you do, I highly recommend you do this. You're going to be fine. When the thoughts come about whatever disease or pain you're having, when the thoughts come about it, let them pass. Just watch them, but don't call them you. Don't react to them at all, and just watch them. Because whatever they're telling you, I don't care how bad the situation appears to be, don't believe the thoughts, and they will be taken away from you. And if God wants to heal your body, he will. But because you're not your body, and the pain you're feeling about your body and in the body is not you. So you relax and just realize, you know what, God, if you want to heal me, heal my body, you will. If not, whatever, let your will be done. And you continue to do the silent prayer and watch. And I'm telling you, man, you'll be surprised as to what will happen.
Right. Yeah, I feel like I've been definitely getting a lot better at. In the beginning, I kind of didn't understand this silent prayer. I'll do it, but then I'd be am I even doing this correctly? But over time, you kind of understand. And honestly, everything's pretty good. It's just I don't have fear, but it's just a kind of annoying. I'm not where I want to be, if that makes sense.
It does, yeah.
And in college and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe he'll heal it somehow. I'm just gonna
Just say, you know what? If God, I remember the story in the Bible where there was a guy who had a child, and the child was home, and the child had been ill for a long time, and nothing can heal the child, right? And this guy, he met Jesus along the way somewhere, and he said to Jesus, my son is ill at home, and he's been ill for a while. I'm paraphrasing. My son is ill, but I know you can heal him if you wanted to. And Jesus said, oh, okay, take me to your son. And the man said to Jesus, well, you don't have to go to him to heal him. You could just say it and he's done. It's done. I believe it. If you just say it, you can heal my son wherever you are right now, right? And because of the guy's faith, belief in Christ, he went home. At some point, he went home and his son was healed. And so that's what I want you to know, is that you're not your body. Don't believe anything that the evil spirits are telling you in your mind and emotion, or the people around you are telling you about the healing. You just know, if God wants to heal you, your body, he will. And just go through whatever you got to go through with medication, all that for now, but have no emotions about it. Don't be afraid. Don't worry. Don't compare yourself to people who appear to be walking around with bodies are healed. And you just do the silent prayer and watch. And I'm telling you, whatever will be, and you'll be fine.
Right.
Because
yeah,
whatever you're going through, it's not happening to you at all. It's in the body, but it's not in you. It's not happening to you.
Right. Yeah. I hope it gets to a point, because I try not to think, I try to just be relaxed and stuff as much as possible.
Yes.
But then when it comes down to making decisions and stuff, I'm like, damn, I don't know what the right decision, because, you see all those ads, if you watch TV, it's like this side effect, this side. I'm like, damn, I'm taking that. I hope, because, it's oh, cancer and all this stuff. And I'm like, shoot, should I even be taking this? Even trust the doctors? And then it becomes just so stressful, because then it's I should be taking end up in the hospital. But long story short, yeah, I'm just going to go I guess, relax, what happens.
I understand what you mean about all these pills and medication you have to take, because in today's America, it's all about the money. And I don't know about your doctors. I don't know your doctors or your whomever doing this, but it's all about the money. And I've talked to a lot of people, and I noticed that the doctors don't seem to know what they're doing, and they just give you medication. And then I hear that they make the money from the medication. And so they just do it. That's another reason I want to encourage you to stay present, so you can see what to do. You won't be afraid, and you will see what to do.
Right. Well, I appreciate it, Jesse. I'm trying.
I understand. Yeah. But don't whatever the thoughts are telling you about it, don't believe them. And if you find yourself believing them and you're emotional about it, just relax in that and let the Father take those emotions away from you, all right?
Right. Well, I appreciate that.
There's no such thing as a true thought, and emotions are not necessary. They're evil. The good ones and the bad are evil.
Gotcha. Yeah, I hope I get to a point where I see it as much as you do, because it seems like you really get it, but it's just time.
And you will. And don't let the thoughts tell you that you're not going to get it. You're never going to understand it. You're never going to get it. It's not true. You stay with it, and it will be clear to you. It will become clear, so you stay with that.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it so much.
All right, buddy. Call me again. Keep me updated as to how you're doing.
I will.
All right. Amazing. Take care, Thomas. Amazing. What you don't understand, folks, you are not your thoughts. You're not your emotions. And these so-called experts with these stupid degrees, they're stupid people. Don't let anyone tell you that emotions are natural and you're supposed to be emotional. Feel your emotion. And thoughts are true. Don't believe it.